Are you ready? Let me just make sure, Dimi, say words. Cool. All right, cool. We got Dimi's voice thingy, but the music's super loud. Hold on. Music was fucking insanely loud still. There we go. Hey guys, if you can't tell, we threw this together in 38 seconds. We did. We did. Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Hope everybody's doing good. If you're not doing good, tell us why. Maybe, I don't know, massage yourself. You'll feel better. Dimi, do you think that they'll feel better if they massage themselves? 3 times. Only 3 easy payments of $5.99 for you to feel better on the inside and go to heaven. Yeah. 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 But if you pay $129.95 3 times, you will be guaranteed a ticket to heaven. And by law, I have to say this is a joke and a meme. So, just saying, just saying. Wait, can they not? Can nobody hear Dimi? You should be able to. I have, oh, maybe, oh, wait, it might not be part of the output. Hold on. Advanced. That is fucking hilarious, yeah. Let me just put you on that. Can everybody hear Dimi now?
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear my wiener now?
That's right. Stroke my ego.
What about now?
How about now?
Because I just changed it so you're on track 1. Yes, we can. Okay, fantastic. Wait, was that to the wiener or to Dimi?
No, I got a text from fucking Noodle. He's like, hey man, I can't hear you.
Don't you gatekeep. I'm gatekeeping the fuck out of Dimi right now.
Gatekeep me.
I'm gatekeeping
for 6
the fuck out of
easy payments of 79.99 with a comma in there somewhere. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Rubles. You have to do this in rubles. You can unlock my voice.
Rubles and butt sex.
Aren't those the same thing?
Yes.
They're both shitty.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna put you on all the audio tracks.
At once?
At once. We're not recording, so it doesn't matter. What about now? Can you guys hear Dimi now? If not, I'm just going to change the legit audio properties, and then it'll just be done. We're gatekeeping? Yes, we are gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping.
We keep the gays like we keep bees.
I mean, isn't that why Turd's in the server?
Yes, actually. I collect the gays. Like Pokemon. My favorite one is Turd. Because I'm not sure if you know this.
Most of the gay people in our server are furries, so like it is Pokemon.
I have noticed that. Have you noticed that as well? That the majority of gays in the server are in fact furries. It is a very interesting thing.
Very small niche corner of them that are pro-gun.
They're all like hyper pro-gun furries that are just gay, and it's like, okay, cool, like I can deal with you. But also they don't mind the fact that I just flat out say, if you want to be a furry, also accept the fact that we should legally be able to hunt you, because if you want to pretend to be an animal, Just saying.
Just remember that if you bite somebody, just like my pet dog, we can put you down.
If you see what Turd said in the chat, he goes, I'm a trophy. You're damn right. Now,
I mean, just saying, I can't naturally in the wild without doing some ethically different things. Get a glow-in-the-dark wolf on my wall, okay? Like, how else am I supposed to do that if I don't hunt for...
You see what German says? He says, he can't hear either of us, but that just might be the tinnitus.
No, actually, we've replaced all of our audio with ringing.
Yep. There you go. He became a poorer and shot himself. People are asking, where's Dalton? I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but this is not insanity developing. Yeah.
This is, in fact... The clap.
Uncut.
I'm sorry.
What?
You have AIDS. Yes, you have AIDS.
Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS. Anyway.
They will sue us.
Good. Good. Yeah,
I think that would make us more popular.
Yeah, maybe.
That would make us more... Yeah.
Gays prefer long guns. Is this true?
I mean, yeah. How much are they going to get it that far down the throat?
Jesus fuck. Well, damn. All right, hold on. Let me put on some music. By the way, speaking of my music, I was just telling Dimi, the Hippity Hoppity will be coming to Spotify very soon because it finally has gone through. For whatever reason, it took forever.
It's all been on there forever.
It's taken forever. I've uploaded it. I just got the email, by the way. So
like while we were setting this up.
Yeah, I while I was peeing, I was like, I'm gonna go pee. We have 2 minutes ish left. Give me a second. And then I was like, oh, neato. So y'all will be happy to hear that the extended version of that will be coming out. So enjoy. And if you don't enjoy, well, that's your fucking problem. But we do have some stuff to go over tonight.
Sorry.
Reconnection successful.
There you are.
Yep, there we are. Yeah.
Tac has apparently McDonald's internet
it's
again.
Literally just this PC and OBS. They do not get on, and I can't use my good PC because it's fucked. So I just have to get a new one.
What do you do to your good PC?
It fucking fried itself. It's fucking just gone, dude.
Oh, that's always wonderful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It didn't
So
force, it froze. God, get it right. Learn to spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn dyslexics. I discriminate against dyslexics. Backwards. Like God intended. What were you saying, though? I'm so sorry. It cut out like right when you started talking.
Noodle in chat. If you set off my tinnitus, I'm going to throw hands.
Oh, I'm going to have to do it. I had to take off my hoodie.
We have to make a collab song where all it is just sounds that'll set off tinnitus.
Oh, that'd be funny if like no, what if it's just in the like instead of like a solo, it's just tinnitus.
It's just tinnitus
getting worse. You know? How would you guys like it? I will call the song Tinnitus.
No, it starts off like a Five-Finger Death Punch song, so like weird like war music and stuff like that, like war sounds.
Oh,
and
see,
then
no,
suddenly...
I was thinking more like a Bad Omens kind of vibe, you know, that just heavy chugging, like fucking like artificial suicide kind of, you know, just badassery, and then all of a sudden just gets more tinnitus as the song goes on. You're like, wait a minute.
I was just imagining like the entire like GWAT fucking album, which was for some reason Korn and Five-Finger Death Punch.
See,
and that goes from like the sounds of gunshots and mortar strikes and air raids to just suddenly becoming just tinnitus, and that's the entire song. It's just 10 minutes long.
Make the whole album just slowly, each song is progressive until the final one is just the tinnitus.
Just singing.
You're sitting there bashing your head against glass.
This is like a 90-minute album, like dear Lord.
Yes. So, anyway, everybody, welcome to Raw and Uncut. So, this is something, if you guys remember Autistics Anonymous, that this is that, but with a better name because it's a dick joke, and I thought it was funny. And
because AA got a hold of us, and they really, really don't like it when we joke about it, even though we're drinking on camera.
I mean, actually,
I'm not getting alcohol right now. This would be a terrible decision. Are you out of Yingling?
yeah.
You're a failure.
I'm a failure as a man. Not really. I'm a failure as an alcoholic. I'm able to not drink. Damn it.
AA would be proud.
AA would be very proud. I went down that whole like fucking, you know, giving myself to a higher power, but the higher power was just sex.
Higher power was just better whiskey.
I just changed my addiction from alcohol to pussy. You know, it's just like now I'm just like this fucking insatiable lust. I just want to hump everything.
Is this like the weekend fucking conversation that every sergeant gave their fucking troops? Just like, all right, don't add or subtract from the population.
Yeah, sorry, I already fucking...
Don't make me pick you up from fucking lockup.
14 years ago, I failed that assignment. So, my bad. But, yes, raw and uncut, your favorite. Dear God, that's gross. But, anyway, so, this is not insanity developing. Cheese. So if you want to know where Dalton is, so do we. So, yeah, that's what we gotta say. Actually.
Yeah. Factually, if you've heard from him, please let us know. At this point, we're kind of concerned.
Yeah, we think that he might have officially gotten into a Subaru and become gay.
He saw too many pictures of himself as a trans.
I did edit a couple of those. Those were funny. Though, what's really funny is I tried to put like the filters on you, and it just doesn't do the same things. No, it just doesn't work as well.
It makes me look like my 600-pound life.
Yeah, kind of. It just didn't. Yeah,
like a couple of those test images you sent me for the show we were talking about. Like, dear Lord, those are bad.
Bad, dude. It added like, here's the thing. Like, you and I are large people, but it just made us larger.
like don't get me wrong, I will always admit that I'm fat and I'm trying to work on it, but dear Lord, it gave me like quadruple jowls. Like, I looked like
it didn't do it.
I looked like a bad side character in like, I don't know, a Sean Penn movie. Like, it was bad.
So speaking of that series, by the way, everybody, this was thrown up literally in 38 seconds. So next time we will have things look pretty. But excuse me.
Vaguely threw a blanket over the random shit on my bed.
I turned the lights on and I made them not pink and blue.
Mine aren't pink and blue right now. I could make them pink and blue. I'm gonna make them pink and blue. Oh,
dude, we're swapping. But we are going to be having Dimi and I, and technically others. There are others involved in this. Will be
like a throuple.
You know, you know what? It looks like you're about to get like some sweet love making on. I like it.
The setting for this is legitimately called romance.
So I wasn't wrong, you know. But anyway, fuck. So, point being though, is
we have no points here.
We don't have points, but I would like to at least get this thought out. The thought is that you and I have officially, how many scripts did I send you? Because I think I only sent you 4.
You sent me 4, but we talked about 3 more.
I think, well, 3 more that we want to write, but I have like 4 more that I didn't send you yet.
Like, just from the stuff that I was sending you, we could probably make like 8.
Oh, 100%. So we are going to be doing a Red versus Blue series, everybody. So if you remember Red versus Blue, is this hilarious little series on Halo about a bunch of Master Chief type people. Some who were a little special in the head. So,
it was me. I was special in the head.
Well, actually, to be fair, I think my character in this is a little more...
You really made me the straight man of the series.
I made you a little more of a straight man, not completely, but you are a bit more. But let's just be real. Between you and I am a little bit more of the, and you're a little bit more straight than that. So,
I mean, depends on the day and how much I've drank.
That is fair, but I did write it with you and I as our characters in mind, kind of with our personalities, if we dialed them a little bit.
But
so
we are creating a machinima.
yes.
Or do you want to say in what we're doing?
Well, okay, so I will say this. It's starting in 7 Days to Die. I don't want to necessarily limit us to only one video game.
So we'll probably jump around a lot, most likely survival games or games akin to it, just because it's easier to do filming and such inside of them.
And just to let you all know, so the characters' names will be very, very similar. So I'm going to tell you all, my name, it's very difficult to pronounce, is Tac. It's T-A-C.
You gotta really roll that T.
You really gotta Tac. You understand? And Dimi, yours is quite difficult as well, actually.
Yeah. It comes with Arabic origins, which is Dimi.
Yeah, some might think that it's French, like Dimi. It's not. It's Dimi.
Dimi.
Dimi. Yeah, there you go. But we do actually,
as the Romans intended.
We do have another person that is doing this with us that you guys will find hilarious because for anybody who doesn't know, Dimi and I both do D&D or have done D&D, and so has the other person. And as a result of that, it's going to be a lot of like RP just nonsense. It is going to be a series where how would I put it? There's going to be an overall theme for each episode, right? Like, so it's not just going to be like a nonsense is happening for the sake of nonsense. There's a goal.
We aren't doing Let's Plays. We are very much putting together
a series.
It's going to be like, this episode is about this. This episode is about this. There might be background plot lines. We haven't really gotten to that yet.
Oh, there
but
are.
Most of this is
kind of.
But as of this moment, it's just fun.
It's gonna be fun. So that's gonna be coming out.
Having read and talked about the scripts, yes, it's going to be fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's going to be akin to the stuff that we do on here and like some of the other content that I've been involved with Attack.
Yeah, it's gonna like for anybody who likes the Cryptid series, right? The Cryptid series has like, I think, a couple of points where it's like, oh, these people are fucking insane, right? Like especially with like Dr. Emily.
We may or may not have alluded to an entire background plot line that we really need to jump back on.
Oh, the whole Cryptid Council thing. Yeah, so that whole thing. That is probably, I would put the council is closer to the insanity of this, but still not there.
No.
Like, this is just like, so I posted on X about this and I said, I just wrote 3 scripts and I've been cry laughing, and that's probably a good thing, right? And I think a bunch of people were like, oh, that's a good thing. And I'm like, yeah, is it though? Because sometimes like I'll fucking think that something's like the best work I've ever done, and then everybody hates it, and then I put together a fucking video about this Arab lady from New Jersey said mean things about Hannah Barron and her accent. And everybody's like, motherfucker, rain hell upon the caked makeup whore. And I'm like, cool.
That is the thing of every person that makes any type of media content. The thing that you put like your love and passion into is going to get like 15 views or like it's going to make $2.
Yep.
And the thing that you threw together in like an hour that you have no emotions behind other than like, hey, I feel like I should probably make this is going to become like your most viewed, like is going to make you thousands of dollars, and you're looking at going, fucking why? I mean,
no, 100% accurate.
Funny historical thing. Arthur Conan Doyle fucking hated his character Sherlock Holmes. It was his most well-received character he's ever made, and he tried to kill him off multiple times in the original book series.
Creator of Dragon Ball Z, right?
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, and he fucking despised Vegeta, but he like created one of the most loved characters by everyone else, right? But he hated it. And it's the funniest thing is like the reverse can be true too. Is like there's something that I hate doing that maybe everybody loves, and it's like, well, fuck, you know. So it's
it was the political only driven content, which is why you're like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to put a bullet in my head.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'll do it. Like, oh yeah, I'll do it. You guys notice that I haven't posted a video in like a week or two? Have you noticed that? First off,
it's because he's smiling again.
I'm smiling again. I've actually got a sleep schedule, which is fucking nuts. I just want you to understand this. I have been also, to be fair, the season starting back up, so just work is kind of hit. And also, my beautiful wife, who I love very much, has asked me to tear up the entire front of our home, which is 40 linear feet. Well, 40 by what, 5, right? I said 40 by 5.
I think so, yeah.
So I solo dug 40 by 5 by 2 inches down. And now I have to tarp the area with fabric. And then we have to plot out where she wants the plants to decorate the front of her house. And then I have to.
You was telling me about this earlier, and I thought it was just a euphemism for a medium pussy, but it's not, apparently.
No, I actually doing yard work. it's weird, right? Yeah.
Weird.
She doesn't have that bush, okay? You know? so
that's what I thought the tarps was about.
Yeah, he's like, tarping the bush? What's going on? We doing a waxing thing? No.
I mean, sure.
Although, you know what the good thing is it gave me the excuse, 1, to be outside. 2, I like physically demanding things. And also, I got to use my 4-wheeler, my utility one, for its intended purpose.
Instead of just driving the trash down to the fucking
instead of just, yeah, pretty much. So it's just like, okay, cool. You know, I don't know. It's been a lot of work, but now that the digging is done, the easy part is I just have to tack the new fabric down. So, videos will be coming back, but have you noticed that they're not political in nature for the most part? Like, they're free speech oriented. I'll make those still, but I'm not going to make like this thing happen in the news.
Yeah.
Hate it. Don't you guys want to be angry about it? I don't give a shit.
It's
angry.
The fact that you were not that you were creating rage bait, but people were wanting you to create rage bait.
There are people that want rage bait, people that also, like, here's the thing. I've said this a million times before. My channel exploded for whatever reason because I decided one day, hey, I watch Brandon Herrera. Brandon Herrera's running for Congress. Make video.
Let's go bully a congressman.
Let's bully a congressman. Okay, cool. And then everybody's like, autistic, autism. And I'm like, okay, I mean, cool. Thank you. Welcome. I hope you like the fact that I'm not going to always make fucking videos fucking dick riding Brandon, because I made like 3 or 4 because the election.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, I feel like now is a good time to start pulling away from the political stuff because we've gotten past the elections and everything. Yeah, there's still a lot of shit happening. But
and
even
if
like
it's something like I did when somebody tried to fucking assassinate our current commander-in-chief, he wasn't yet. But when that, I mean,
that's major news. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's literally international news.
Yes. Like I did that.
I would even say I would say even like the insanity developing. It's like it turned into us just talking politics mostly, and it was. There were a lot of times where we were all sitting there just kind of going through the motions of this is kind of what we base this podcast around, but
well, it wasn't meant to. It was meant to be like 50-50 culture, you know, supposed to blend both the worlds, and it just ended up being politics.
We made the mistake of starting it during a heavy election that's probably one of the most contested ones in history.
Yeah, no, 100%. But here's the thing. What I will say is this. Doesn't mean that the videos are going to stop. It just means that the videos are going to change. Which I've told you. And you know what? That's why you're getting cryptids
just going to be wearing a cow onesie while he does it.
Yeah, and now I'm just going to dress up as founding father, and I'm going to go around in like Japan and Korea and assault people. Because that's what people like to watch, right?
This is the weirdest episode of OnlyFans.
I'm going to commit felonies. No.
I'm going to commit a felony, walks outside and collects rainwater. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, California. Yeah, it is state dependent. For the most part, it is legitimately like only blue states that do that shit.
Hey, hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Because I thought it was nationwide. No, it was just like one of the states I had lived in had that rule.
By the way, I did write out the new D&D episode.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. I have the new D&D well, not cryptid, but D&D character.
It's about Vigo the Carpathian. If anybody can tell me what movie that's from, you get a gold star.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask Grok. What states is it illegal To what?
Touch
Catch
myself with a
rainwater?
potato. Collect rainwater.
Collect rainwater.
Yeah, collect rainwater.
I'm pretty sure that was a state thing. Grok. Ghostbusters is what I name my penis. Not really. Its name is Gandalf.
Yeah, it was the second Ghostbusters movie. Good job. You got it.
Oh, yes. Yes, second.
Vigo the Carpathian.
Yeah, okay, that. They were the... You ready for this?
Yep.
Colorado, Utah, Arkansas, Illinois, Nevada, Georgia, Ohio, Oregon, California, Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin all have, so Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin have regulations.
Yeah.
But you need permits in all the other states if you want it to be legal. Kansas and North Dakota may require permits for collection depending on use and volume.
Yeah. I understand if it's a volume thing, because most of the time it's just like what's coming off your gutters, you know,
Well,
like
yeah,
your roof, your
wastewater and
gutters.
shit like that. Yeah. Ohio says it's legal, but strict codes apply. Georgia says legal for non-portable use with regulations. Nevada says legal since 2017 for non-potable domestic use. Maybe I said potable. I don't know.
Potable.
Dyslexia.
It's for
Dyslexia.
like watering plants and shit like that, but not for consumption, which I mean, understandable.
Non-potable use, but systems. So Arkansas is legal for non-potable use. Systems must be designed by a licensed engineer. So the government says you have to do it in a way, I guess.
Which doesn't
Colorado
make
is
sense to
apparently
me.
more strict. So it's California and Colorado are the two most strict, it seems.
California makes sense to me because they make everything, you know, illegal.
Real
Colorado
Nevadans
doesn't.
collect rainwater because fuck the government. Government's not real, guys. Doesn't exist.
It's all a concept.
It's all a conspiracy theory created by the lizard people.
I
They
want
just
you
want
to
us
think there's a
fighting each
government.
other.
The geese at the park are free. You can walk out and just grab one. I have 37 geese in my backyard right.
Yeah, all the cobra chickens. All they do is hiss. I keep them on leashes. They've killed 7 fucking chihuahuas so far.
Just weird because none of my neighbors had chihuahuas.
Yeah, and
where
also,
are they getting
I don't have
them?
any neighbors. What the fuck are them? Where are these dead dogs coming from, Dimi? I don't know. Just walk through the woods and it's another one. This one's name is Fifi. It had a chip. I cut it out. They'll never find it.
Noodle just said when you buy a house, you sign over all water and mineral rights. I'm assuming in California because most other states that actually is property dependent.
And also, most other states, you have the law, real estate law in most other states says you own a certain amount of the sky, a certain amount. But there's a Latin saying of like, to the heavens and down to the depths of hell, essentially is what you own. But you obviously can't because of airplanes.
Yeah.
But you own mineral rights typically.
It's like a couple 100 feet. Like it is more than enough than you would ever need. But also goes like you're not gonna have people like essentially touching your roof with an airplane.
When I buy a home, how much of the air and how much of the ground do I own?
But I know in some areas like you have a certain amount of the ground underneath you, but you don't have mineral rights. But you can also like, and this is buying rural, not in city, because in city it's much more limited.
Okay, so
you can have mineral rights.
Yeah, you own the airspace above your property to a reasonable height necessary for the enjoyment of your land. It's referred to as the lower airspace and typically extends to the height where you can reasonably use or build for house, trees, or low structures. Limitations is by the FAA, so 500 feet above ground in rural areas or 1,000 feet in urban.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, and then you own the subsurface beneath your property down to the center of the earth in theory, but it is limited by practical and legal constraints.
It's like there's a lot of areas, even rural, where you have to make sure that mineral rights are inside of your deed when you're buying it. Because a lot of places will
state dependent, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's one of those, like, you don't want somebody to go like, hey, there's, say, an iron mine or something like that underneath your fucking property. And they go like, well, you don't have mineral rights, so we're going to rip up that corner of your property and mine underneath it, deal with the fucking poisoning.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Kangaroo with the Australian $5, which I believe it said was like $3.19 or something, but still, whatever. It says, Happy Easter, Tac Daddy, Dimi in chat. I hope you all get to eat lots of hot cross buns and Easter eggs. Do you eat Easter eggs? And what are hot cross buns actually? Because I just know the song.
I mean, I don't remember what hot cross buns actually are, but Easter eggs, like you can do the dyed and boiled eggs.
Oh, people normally... Is it back?
I hear you. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have the plastic ones, but like there's always the, I don't know if you did it with your daughter, but the dyeing Easter eggs. You're normally supposed to like boil eggs, like hard boil eggs.
Okay, see, I didn't know about the boiling. I've dyed them with her before.
And then you dye it. That was the original thing that people did. Something that my family would do a lot of times is just dye regular eggs that weren't boiled.
Okay.
Because then we can just use the eggs later. It might have some dye in the egg, but who gives a fuck?
See, I didn't even know all this shit.
Oh yeah, so we would do for the hard-boiled ones, we would dye them, and that'd be like leading up to Easter. It wouldn't be Easter Day.
Okay.
We wouldn't hide them or anything. The original thing was that's what you were hiding. You were hiding eggs, dyed eggs. But we would dye them, and then like we would do the hard boil and dye them, and then we would turn them into deviled eggs for like an Easter get together.
What the?
So like when we were still going to church, we'd make deviled eggs and bring deviled eggs to church that were like tie-dyed and shit like that.
Bird, why the fuck are you throwing $50 at us? Do you want Demi to like take his pants off? Because he can't do that on YouTube.
He has a pregnant, I think, man emoji, which I'm confused about.
Wait, is that a pregnant man emoji? It looks like it actually. I think you're right.
That is a pregnant man emoji. You can't get me pregnant. Those are just tacos.
Dude, that is a pregnant man emoji. Wait, hold on. Let me mouse over it. Does it tell me which one it is?
I mean,
pregnant
he's paid
man.
for it.
Yeah, it actually says pregnant man.
I mean, he paid for it with fucking $50, so.
Oh, everybody, my wife is in the chat, everybody. Mrs. Turtleneck is down there. She wants deviled eggs. Ew. I'm so weird with eggs. I'm so weird with it. Thank you for the 50, by the way, Bird. You're fucking psycho. Thank you. You're insane. I hope you know that. You're also a bird.
You are insane.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, if you're a bird, you are probably insane. Like, it just goes with the property.
Birds are okay. So that's another question. Okay.
What's up?
Do you believe that we should have like certain birds be protected, like songbirds, like blue jays, for instance? Because they are federally protected.
I'm all for if it is something that is actively endangered in some manner, whether it be going extinct or it's like there's only a very limited amount. Yes, we should protect them. I am a conservationist in that manner.
Sure.
If it's something that's not their fault.
So, but there's an abundance of blue jays. They're not endangered. So do you believe that we should be able to just, take them out?
Eat them? Like
I see, personally, I see them as assholes because they've attacked me before. And I don't like them. Yeah,
like for things that population wise, there's no reason why it should be protected. I don't give a fuck about them. We shouldn't have that standard.
Bird says the feds made him donate $50. Wait, the feds doing something good for once? Holy shit.
I mean, they've done it a couple times. It's just always followed by 15 bad things.
That is true. That is true. Like lighting a bunch of children on fire in Waco.
Yeah. I mean, were they tasty?
The children?
I mean, I'm assuming some of them ate them. Like, did you see the smiles on their faces during that fucking fire?
Did you see that? So, for anybody who didn't see, speaking of Brandon Herrera and dick riding, he posted the ATF video and the deputy director or whatever is gone.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And his fucking face just looks like he microwaves kittens. Like, that's absolutely.
Yeah, he definitely ate some kids. 100% ate kids.
Yeah, and the other shit that he's known for just makes you go like, vile human being. For the conservation thing we were talking about, like, I'm very much on the board of, if there's a reason population-wise that's not their fault, like urban-wise, we are literally killing them, throwing them out of their habitat. Yeah. That's not their fault, to be honest.
Pandas, it's their fault.
Pandas is their fault. I still think they're fucking cute.
They're cute, but seriously, like God doesn't want pandas around. Okay, I actually have a theory that God doesn't want them here.
At this point, I'm just like, just have them in zoos because
Which is what we do.
They have already proven they cannot survive in the wild.
Yeah.
Which, once again, may be a fucking like not their fault thing, not for the way they eat and reproduce, because they're really, really, really stupid. Don't get me wrong.
But
like
the reproduction is like what, they're
eat,
fertile like once a year or something. It's some insane thing.
It's ridiculous, and there's like no way to actually tell outside of like uber scientific shit, because even they don't know when they're fertile.
It's so stupid.
And the only thing they eat gives them like 1% the calories they need, and they refuse to eat anything else. Like, it is a bear that absolutely is built to eat meat and other like berries and shit like that. That will only eat bamboo.
How often are pandas fertile?
Like, they're so dumb, they don't make any sense. The evolution's confusing.
It's only once a year during a brief ovulation period, typically only lasting. So it's not even just a once a year. No. God has to say fuck you to these fucking little bears anyway. 24 to 72 hours is how long their ovulation period is. Usually in the spring, March to May, making this narrow window, making this breeding extraordinarily challenging, especially in captivity. They can become pregnant for about 1 to 3 days within this period. Male pandas don't have a specific fertility cycle, but are generally ready to mate when the female is in estrus. So, but they don't. They don't fuck.
Look at chat. Mordred gave us some info. Pandas outright ate their original food source as carnivores, and then they are using bamboo to compensate, which has painkiller properties, so they ate themselves into stoned out zoo pets. So I'm pretty sure that bamboo is affecting their fertility, which would make sense.
Yep.
Like drinking affects the wiener's ability to get all peace.
So essentially, they are like the fluoridated fucking bears of nature is what they are. Pandas shouldn't exist anymore. We should just let them do.
I don't want to let them die. They are absolutely just zoo pets.
How much? Somebody find out how much money we blow on panda conservation. I want to see if it's monetarily worth it.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I think it's all China that's doing it.
To be fair, I think it is China. China leases them to the rest of the world. You know, zoos don't own them.
China absolutely, just like that's how China makes a lot of money, is the pandas. And so I'm all for like a China's fine. Doing it.
As long as we should Doge remove all United States panda funding. Make sure that the commies are the only ones doing it.
Either that or give more funding so we can turn them back into proper bears instead of the cucks they are now.
And make sure that we give them a taste for Chinese flesh.
I'm pretty sure they already have that.
I don't think they do. Have you seen them?
You tell me that some Chinese billionaire isn't raping pandas.
Jesus.
Yes, I wrote back.
You know, there are days that I wonder if it was a good idea to quit smoking. Today is one of those days. Fucking Christ. Oh, actually, Noodle says it's 255 million. That's actually a lot less than I thought.
See, like compared to the other things that we spend ridiculous dumb money on, that's not really a lot.
Yeah, that's really not. That's essentially like fucking. That's a drop in the bucket, dude. Fucking USAID had like a budget of like that per like day. So
yeah, a budget like that just to have Burmese DEI hires. You know, in their civil war where they were genociding people.
Speaking of DEI, did you see the all-women spacecraft thing in Blue Origin that went to space? Space, I'm putting in quotes.
you mean upper atmosphere?
You mean upper atmosphere in brief free fall for 11 minutes? Oh my god. It was my name's Katy Perry and I went up there and now I'm a real life astronaut. Meanwhile, the woman who went to like fucking the Air Force, learned how to fly jets, did like years of training, looks at this dumb bimbo. I'm so angry about it, dude. You're not an astronaut. I posted it. Oh, you're not on X. I posted a tweet and I said, if going into the upper atmosphere for 11 minutes makes one an astronaut, then eating a box of Crayolas makes you a Marine.
I believe there was one in one of my other friend groups that very similarly.
Yeah.
That makes me a gynecologist.
Same, dude. I am #1 gynecologist. Seen so much burn, man. Who wants me to check out their wife? Don't worry, just give me an hour. It'll be fine. Don't worry about the little redheaded fucking stepchildren that are running around 9 months later. And yes, the babies come out running. I have strong semen.
I have strong semen, much like a giraffe or a horse.
Yes.
After mere moments, it's running.
Yes, the moment it comes out, it wobbles, then runs, and then grabs the nearest cutlery.
Has a full beard and starts pillaging any Christians nearby.
Yep, all the Christians. Just takes them. Just bashes their
Specifically
priestly heads into
Christians.
the ground. Yes, and then takes their gold. You might think that's another group that would do that, but no, it was them first.
To be fair, no, it wasn't. They just learned about it.
Well, making it double racist.
To be fair, the only reason they were hating churches is because they went, wait, the only place that has money and usually a lot of it is this one building because they take it from all the people around them. Yeah, of course we're hitting the monastery.
Hey guys, didn't you know that Jesus in the book of Leviticus demands that everybody give him shiny things? Otherwise, you don't get to go to heaven.
I'm enjoying the fact that you brought up Jesus and then the book of Leviticus.
Yep. Makes no sense. No sense.
All right. Also, remember, kids, in the Bible, even the very, very heavily edited ones where they try to like reword literally everything that the man said, there was a part where he just started flipping tables and beating people with a whip that he braided in front of them because they were stealing money from the poor. By the way, that was the priest of the highest religion of the time.
Yes. I'm not the whitewash red corn. Unlike Dale Gribble, you're allowed to watch.
Like I said.
You could watch. Maybe flick my butthole a little bit. I'll get me a little bit closer. I want a climax.
Lick my frenulum.
Fuck. God damn it. 255 million is just for, oh, that's just breeding programs. Oh, okay.
I mean, it doesn't cost a lot to get fucking bamboo. Especially in the South, it's probably growing in your backyard like kudzu.
I mean, yes. Yes. But pandas are lame. They are communist bears. I agree with Turd on that.
Communist bear.
Well, they fucking, they're just a bear that doesn't bear.
Replace all pandas with red pandas.
I'm actually all for that because red pandas are awesome.
They're way cooler.
They're way cooler. There's way better animals overall. But anyway.
Sorry, if it looks like I'm distracted, my father is texting me.
If it Nothing looks really like I'm distracted,
but I'm trying to answer him.
It's because I am.
It's the ADHD.
I don't actually have that. At least I haven't been formally diagnosed with it, but I don't think I have it because I never really have trouble like paying attention. I just am me. Bird, what the fuck? Did the feds make you do that again? Wait, what is this? I'm going to be engaging in coitus with my girlfriend. Have a nice stream. Wait. Why is there
this man has given us a total of $100. The first one with the pregnant man and.
Wait, what do we got here? We got eyeball. Don't watch. What's that? Can't breathe. And then is that?
That is a police officer and an African American ninja.
I believe
for some reason
that's a George Foreman joke.
You mean George Floyd?
Yeah, George Foreman, the grill guy.
The grill guy.
Because he's not breathing anymore. He passed away, man.
That's sad. Still, we could have had him on sub, and they didn't.
Yeah, I know. I know they talked about it, and I was really hoping because didn't he became like a pastor, right?
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
like full on, like every Sunday was giving sermons, and they were talking about just going to church for that.
Wait, German goes, can I film? Bird, thank you so much for the 50. The coitus is always better when filmed.
Of course the German was asking to film.
Germans, what is with Germans and being weird in the bedroom? It's like they're...
I mean, have you ever been to or talked to actual Germans, like from Germany, Germans?
I've been in many.
Right,
I've been in enough that I can't. I've been
like
in
their culture doesn't allow you to do anything at all fun, and like even their language is just very angry and straight to the point. There's a reason they had 2 world wars. They just wanted to get the fuck out of Germany.
So
like it makes sense that they have weird kinks.
Yeah, but how's that explain?
They aren't allowed to have fun or do anything else, so like you've got to get it out in the bedroom.
So we're not allowed to have fun or do anything anymore. So let me shit in my girlfriend's mouth and dress in latex.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Not sure if that gels, if that vibes with me.
I mean, that whole 1990s, early 2000s, like underworld-esque fucking
aesthetic
attire and aesthetic was straight out of Germany.
Well, so was, I mean, let's be, come on, like fucking
hey,
the whole sleek nonsense, I think really came not with Underworld but with Matrix. You know, that very like tight latexy kind of,
that whole like I'm definitely not gay in disguise.
Yeah, Keanu, like here's the thing, I love Keanu Reeves, but they're all
I'm gonna say something controversial. I fucking hated the Matrix movies.
Really?
I don't like any of them.
I liked the first one and the second one, I believe. Not
they were really good concepts that were done very poorly, and I think the fact that there was nothing to compete with them, and it had, even at that point in time, AAA level actors in them, is the only thing that held them on. If you go back and watch them now without nostalgia to hold them up, their storylines are complete ass, and all the dialogue is completely bland.
I still
the concept
think that
of we are
Smith
trapped
is
in
good.
I mean, fair, but like the whole we're trapped in a machine, like this is all we're being used as human batteries, and even the escape sequence and everything that's in the movies, like that's all pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Like the concept is phenomenal. This dialogue is terrible.
Wait,
what is happening
Bird
right
wants
now?
me to keep talking. I don't know why. I think he says he's close. Matrix movies are great if you take them as a sci-fi version of played as a cave, with the Matrix being the shadows on the wall and Neo being the person who is able to turn around and see the light.
You know what? I actually do like that general concept. Even if you were making it as a joke, that is a really good insight.
But isn't that just kind of like how everything is just a retelling of another story, because it's the concept that we want to like
I mean,
listen,
every single story on Earth can be broken down to this was done in Gilgamesh once, the original story that we have.
Yes, and not only that, but also like let's just be fucking real, right? The amount of things that you can look at, right, and then just rehash as like,
oh yeah,
it's insane. Like there's no original concepts anymore. You could be like, oh well, this could be technically like, okay, real quick, hey Dimi, compare right now, what's that movie with the fucking dude who 50 Shades of Grey, that guy. Okay, compare 50 Shades of Grey to Dante's Inferno. Go.
I mean, you're talking about being trapped into an ever-living hell where you're constantly being brought forward into a land of what seems to be paradise, but is actually a gilded cage, moving slowly further and further down the different tiers of depravity until eventually breaking free at the end and seeing the light.
There are no new concepts. It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. All of it.
Remember, kids, 9/11 caused 50 Shades of Grey, and you should be angry about it.
9/11 caused My Chemical Romance and 50 Shades of Grey. Because...
Yeah, but I like MCR.
My Chemical Romance is great, actually. Gerard is the only guy that I accept wearing a dress. Because he does.
Because why not?
Because why the fuck not? He's just kooky enough that it works. You know, like him. You know, actually, one other person. Fucking David Bowie, I accept.
It's because David Bowie was questionable at the best of times, and there's no one alive, even when he was alive, that could tell you his sexual preference.
He was just like, I'll fuck anything. He had sex with Mick Jagger. He had a threesome with him.
Yeah, he's not pansexual. He's omnisexual. He'll fuck that tree if you let him.
Okay. So I'm gonna be real. I want everybody to know this. I fight with Grok sometimes. When I fight, I literally argue with it because I'm like, don't lie to me.
He does. Like it's a physical person in front of him. It's disturbing at times and also hilarious. And I think we've gotten Grok wiped at least 4 times.
Yes, we have.
Solely when we were talking to him about things that most definitely you should only talk about when drunk with your buddies around a fire with no signal.
Yeah. But no, for real. So I asked Grok, because I was watching Schitt's Creek with my daughter, because she was like, hey, we're watching a show together. Cool. And they have this one character, the son or whatever, and I'm like, oh, this guy's like flamboyantly gay, right? And then Grok goes, no, he's pan. And I said, so he's bi to Grok. And then Grok's like, no, he's pan, which means that he doesn't care as any gender. I said, well, considering there's only fucking 2, you know, and I just kept arguing with Grok. And then finally Grok was like, I was like, hey Grok, how many fucking biological sexes are there? And it was like 2. And I was like, cool, so he's bi, right? Like, I argue with Grok about the most nonsensical shit, and I'm like, no, but you're an AI. And eventually you're going to fucking rule things that are going to be way more important than arguing with me. Therefore, you should at least know the fucking basic shit. I don't want AI to fucking be woke or lie.
So like the past 5-6 years, there was a BBC fucking sketch that was very much welcome to this group for being too woke. I'll have to send it to you because it was fucking great.
Yeah, send
it. Like, it was a Facebook thing that one of my buddies sent me, but it was like, it's literally like a AA type meeting for people that are too woke.
I have seen that. I have seen that.
The therapist going like, yeah, just theoretically, we're sitting here, you know, talking about like water, and you know, it goes from, you know, am I drinking too much? Who makes it? And then it's one day you're going, is water racist? Is water racist? No, it's just a hypothetical.
Wait, did you see the one where the girl goes to the taco stand and the dude's like cooking the tacos, and she's like, you just love cultural appropriation. He's like, oh well, I don't actually make the tacos. Like, and then he's like, Guillermo does, right? And so she's like, you have some poor Mexican man working for slave wages under you, a white man, so you could call them authentic. And then it's like a fucking like Asian dude, and he starts yelling at him in like Cantonese. And then she starts like just staring, and then the fucking Mexican guy who said it was a good taco goes, you don't even know what to be offended by anymore, do you? It's like watching a fucking like, I think what's his name, Matt Best and Heather Lynn did a sketch on that too, where it was like Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
So it's like watching a fucking battery like fry itself in real time. It was so funny, dude. I thought it was great.
Dude, I love their
Easter!
sketches.
Woodcraft.
I need them to make more.
What?
More of those fucking like
sketches.
BRCC like sketches.
So much. Yeah,
like,
I love the one where she's a witch.
About once a month, I would go back and watch all of the fucking how veterans react in Halloween like horror movies.
Yeah.
Like the first one that's on Matt's channel, and then the rest move to BRC.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like straight up, it's just like, oh my god!
I showed those to Emmy.
A chainsaw on a machine gun. Yeah. Look at it.
Where you going? And he's like so happy. I love him so much. We need those again. Wait. Scimitar, was it a Korean? I didn't know what kind of Asian. You know, I'm not about to assume that they all look alike.
I assume most of them look alike.
I assume that we, as all humans, suck as a species. Therefore, I'm a racist. The human race sucks. So...
it does. There are individuals that are pretty awesome.
Your new channel took over? Wait, who is this?
What?
Wait, it says my new channel took over. Off the wall woodcraft. Who is this?
Emmy just joined the live chat.
Emmy.
Somehow.
How did you join here? There's only oh, she's a mod.
Get fucked, you idiot.
You know what?
Hey, Emmy, you're on YouTube right now.
We're going to
I
how
miss
do we
you, cunt waffle.
wait, you can't say that on fucking live stream.
I
Yeah,
didn't know.
we're on live stream.
I didn't know that.
I just texted you that.
You just, I didn't know
You
you meant
asked
like
me
live.
what I
I
was
thought you meant
doing.
Speaking of Emmy, everybody say hi to Emmy. Everybody in chat, say hi to Emmy now.
I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna run away. I hate it here.
Say hi
You
to
did.
Emmy. Emmy
I
has
tried
one of
warning
the
you.
weirdest disorders in the world. Emmy has 3 vaginas.
Does that mean she has 3
Better than you
clicks? Because
fucking
I'm going to
want,
buy some very
alright?
certain things.
No, they're all 3 functional. Wait, how do I make it so that it doesn't show like the non-video people? Show non-video participants. There we go. So Emmy, you're still here, but now you're not fucking up the format.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Everybody say
You
hi,
can-
Emmy. Emmy, we're
You
gonna
can hang
interview
out. There's
you.
no problem. That
Demi,
Alright.
Demi, I've got a question for her. You've got a question for her. We go back and forth. Emmy, you have 5 questions from each of us. You have to answer them honestly and as quickly as possible. Okay.
it's just the weirdest
Rapid
3-way
fire
ever.
questions, go.
All right. Emmy, what is your favorite fan service anime?
Fan service anime.
Yep.
Just for the meme, I'm gonna say Food Wars.
You know, that's a good answer. It's a good answer. I like that
Good
one.
answer.
That's
Good
a
answer.
solid
Good
answer.
answer.
Anybody who hasn't seen Food Wars, literally the fucking entire thing.
I mean, to be fair, Food Wars is literally written and drawn by a dude that makes porn.
Wait, was it? I
and
didn't know
wanted-
that.
Oh yeah, and he wanted to break into regular manga, and everybody told him he couldn't, and so he made Food Wars.
It's fucking great.
That
It's a
checks
cluster
out.
That's
fuck, I
like
love
that's
it.
not a joke. He would make, what is it, dojinshi, the fucking manga porn.
Yep.
Okay, I
and
didn't know that. Y'all are teaching me something.
He was having an argument with people that made actual manga. That's like they were telling him, you'll never make
You
it here.
can't
Like,
do
you'll
that
never.
shit, and then you just went, you know what, bet.
And so he made like one. I'm gonna say like the top 50 fucking animes of all time.
Yeah, Food Wars is just Foodgasm the anime. It's so good. Also, so in the community, anybody who's in the Discord, Fen, who I don't know what his name is. It's something gay. Emmy, what is Fen's name in the Discord? Fen dwells.
Give me a second. I'll tell you.
Or Dimmy might be able to look it up. But anyway, he created an actual
It
Food
is
Wars
literally
booklet.
the honorable gay.
Oh, the honorable gay in the Discord. If anybody wants, he has the Food Wars cookbook that he wrote. Which is really good.
Finn Tax sent it to me, and I've been waiting to like actually start making meals out of
Yeah,
it because I
I made
read
a
through it and
couple.
was like, all of these are fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty
just-
awesome actually. Wait,
Actually,
so-
like it wasn't long after you sent it to me, my house burned down, and
That
I
is
haven't.
true. Wait,
all
are
right,
we
so
going
we
back and forth on the questions, or you want me to ask my 5, then you ask your 5?
I don't have any questions right now. My brain
Okay,
doesn't
cool. Then
work.
I will ask my 5. You think of yours.
You
Okay,
asked
Emmy,
5.
Number 2 question. Okay.
Number 2 question.
Okay. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Okay. Is it acceptable in your belief that women be property again?
I will fucking kill you, Tack.
Why me? It's my wife who wants it.
Good for her.
Are you saying that my wife is wrong?
No, I'm not saying she's wrong. She has the right to choose.
Oh, to choose.
But wait, Emmy, if you're property, that means that you don't have to pay taxes
Yep.
or bills.
work.
Fuck you and your logic. God damn it.
I love how Nighthawk's here, and Nighthawk always gets mad whenever I'm like, hippity hoppity, women are what, Emmy?
Property, you fucking wad.
I didn't say it. I got a woman to say it. See?
You shut the fuck up.
All right, Emmy, 3rd question.
3rd question.
Okay. All right. If you, okay, were walking down a street in San Francisco, okay,
Uh-huh.
and you see 5 homeless people, okay,
Uh-huh.
and
An
you could
average day in
ask
San
God for
Francisco?
nope, you could ask God for any weapon, okay, to deal with these homeless people, what weapon would you choose? Also, Ardent, thank you for the 5. Have a little over 3 US for accidental promo of my other oh, was that your... Oh, fuck yeah, dude. It's all good. That's awesome. Show me woodcraft stuff. I love woodcraft. I'm like addicted to wood.
Seriously, join the Discord and like share woodcraft shit.
Yes, please.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna keep that to
What weapon? Don't you dare
What
get back
weapon?
on that wood. Emmy also loves wood. She is an ardent lover of wood.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He likes that hardwood.
Super hard. Mahogany.
That
Mahogany.
is mahogany!
You were
Okay.
watching that last night, by the way.
I wasn't. All right, Emmy, answer.
I don't fucking know.
There is a correct answer here, by the way.
What's the correct answer,
Golf
Tag?
club.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah, golf club.
2001 Kia Soul.
1995 Toyota Corolla.
Killer manslaughter. Yeah.
The classic memes are the best memes, man. All right, Emmy.
I don't just need manslaughter in the charge. I need a vehicular first.
I need premeditated. Wait. Emmy.
Mm.
Okay. You have the ability to transfer one sentence of your choosing into the thoughts of every human being on the planet. What do you tell them? What word? What message do you convey?
Where? What?
That's an
I
interesting
have
sentence.
my answer for this one already.
What's your answer?
Well, I want to know yours first. I don't want to paint the pool.
I need to know yours.
What is the one message that you would just immediately have everybody hear in their head? There are no wrong answers, so just go for it. Whatever just comes to mind.
Oh,
Remember,
I have no
you
idea,
chose to join
man.
this chat.
I hate here. This is what I get.
Mhm.
God forbid I want to say hi to your fuck ass. God.
You know what my answer would be?
What's your answer? you
Your
shithead?
religion is the right one.
You see, I was going along the same lines. I was going to use an extended sentence of "You were right all along. Go and conquer in my name."
Just see how many terrorists emerge.
Yes.
Just a
Well,
bombing
it's
in
like-
France.
Everyone's getting this message, so it's like
What?
every fucking like Homeland Security-esque agency. It's just like, what is happening right now?
Everybody
The
in the
fuck is
chat
this?
who is watching, let us know your answer as well, please.
It's called engagement, and while you're doing it, click the like button, and then
Yeah.
the subscribe button if you haven't.
And then
Then
the share
like
button.
something. Like send this to your church group,
Yeah, no, definitely. Send it to your pastor.
to your mother, grandmother.
Please, sir. You specifically your grandmother. I like them old and floppy.
Stop!
Your VA
So does
counselor.
Emmy.
I want them to know.
Emmy's favorite thing to do is lick those lips so fucking hard that they stretch from bottom to top.
I will.
You ever see the movie
throw up.
Dumbo with the
Oh my-
flying
How is
elephant?
that-
Remember the
how
floppy
is
ears?
that flexible?
Your grandma with Emmy. So-
I hate it here. I hate it here.
She's not going after the gray fox. She's going after the ashen wolf.
people are saying they missed the question. The question is, she's dying. It's a beautiful thing.
I've done this a few times, Demi. It's great.
Oh, it's my favorite thing. I've done
My
it to her
fucking
as well.
lungs, my head hurts.
So the question is, if you could transplant one message, you have like one really quick sentence that you can make everybody hear in their head, what would it be? That's what chat, we want to hear from you. I'm like on fucking like just autism right now.
And now while we
You'll
wait for
spur
that,
it out. It's okay.
I am.
now we wait for that to happen. What's your next one? I think that was number 4.
That is number 4. Number 5. Emmy. Okay. This is going to be your toughest question yet. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Okay. How many people have I had sex with?
God knows, you're a whore.
No, you gave me a number once.
Yep.
I've never been given a solid number.
Yeah, you have.
It was in the
I
triple
don't
digits.
remember, bud.
It's in the
My
quad
brain
digits. What are
is
you
a
talking about,
fucking
triple
sieve,
digits?
alright? I don't remember shit half the time.
You don't. Fine, fine. I will give you a better answer. I'll give you better. Emmy, what size shoe do I wear?
Too damn big is the answer.
What? Man, this motherfucking bitch doesn't want to give any specifics.
Are you like a size above
Yeah,
me? Are you like a 16?
I'm 2 sizes above you if you think that that's the size above you.
You're 17?
I'm a 17 double E.
I thought you were 16 E for some
No,
reason.
17 double E. I got them big old
Jesus
flipper feet.
Christ.
Big old flipper feet, everybody. Yeah.
It really depends on like the
For
brand
free,
of shoe.
Jack? For
I
free,
go
you're
all
showing
the,
the toes for free?
Yeah,
I mean, that was in a dirty sock. Like,
yeah,
I'm
it doesn't
People are
count.
into that.
if that got you rigid, $5.99 in the chat right now.
$5.99 if we make you hard. If Emmy's
Almost.
voice gets you off, $12.
God damn it! Where the fuck am I?
Emmy, you'll get 5. Your percentage, your cut.
My cut.
Yeah, for being a whore. Damn,
Oh,
you showing your
thank you.
ankles and such.
It's for me?
You showed your elbows, you whore. Everybody stoned this woman to death.
whore.
Anyway,
On this woman.
fucking crazy. Stone her to death. Damn women's.
Harder.
Okay. Time to go get the Chance XL flared.
Yep,
Oh
there it is.
no. Oh no.
No, just get the fist.
No. The ovipositor.
No. What we do is we get one of them playground tiny carousels or the duckies with the springs that go back and forth, and we use that.
Oh
Just
my
plop her on it and watch her flop back and forth.
Oh.
By the way,
This
this
is
is a
just-
show I
this
want
just-
everybody to know.
This is just an extreme city, and like we just put like the actual strap like there, like
New question. Okay, and this is for everybody. What cryptid would you fuck? Would you most likely like to fuck? Cryptid or horror creature? I will open it up to horror
I'm
creature.
gonna need you to like specify this. What creature would you fuck, or like what is the top creature if given the ability would you fuck?
What do you mean? What's it? I don't understand.
Because you said what creature would you fuck, and I'm gonna be honest. Any cryptid that I have the ability to, why not?
But you have to pick one. Like, what's your top
Pick
one?
one.
Yeah, you have to pick one.
That's why I was asking for the specific.
Yeah, like my personal one, I would fuck a xenomorph.
Xenomorph is not technically a cryptid.
No,
you
I
fucking
said
asshole.
or horror creature. God, get your listening
horror-
ears
Or
on.
creature.
No, listening
Or a
comprehension
creature.
is a thing of the past. What the fuck do you think this is?
Yeah. Come on.
Lamia.
Really?
Valid.
Okay. Any reason?
Not
like
the cities.
See, mine is the double mouth. You know. Just
No.
I mean, so like, is it down there too?
that's what my dick wants to find out.
Like the egg has to come from somewhere.
Oh my god.
You think it has a
God.
cloaca like a chicken?
Oh,
Does it
100%.
have both?
See, that's my question. Is it like a pussy butthole?
They are
or is
egg-laying
it-
creatures, my guy.
Well, it's an egg-laying creature that's known for taking the genetics from all other creatures to make themselves more dangerous. That's why there's the whole thing with them and the... I can't think of the name
How
of
do
the
you
race
think
that
they
the
get the
predators
genetics?
actually are.
They fuck the
Yocho?
creatures.
That's the whole thing.
Says Nancy Pelosi. I would
No.
No, man. No, dude.
No.
Dude, that is like having sex with Lucifer. That is sticking your dick in the devil. No,
I would like to
you'll never get
change
to
my
heaven.
answer. I would like to change my answer to Lucifer.
You'll go to heaven before the person who fucks Nancy Pelosi. I'll tell you that. You'll be
I'm
forgiven by
certainly going to
Christ.
heaven.
Oh my
Lucifer's supposed to be able to change themselves into whatever shape that you most desire.
God. So it's gonna turn into Grimace.
So that's what you're into, Tack.
I just
Is
like
that why we're
purple.
friends?
I like them purple and screaming and crying. It's my favorite.
I
Choose your
like them
purple hue by
big. I like them chunky.
I like them big. I like them chunky.
Okay.
What's yours, Emmy? Come on, give us yours.
Mothman, have you seen that ass?
You know what? Simple but fair. I'm surprised that you're not like a Cthulhu lover, you know, or...
As much as I love Cthulhu, I don't want to fuck something that is planetary level large, alright?
I mean, they can change their shape. Haven't you read Lovecraft?
No, I don't think she has.
No?
You know
Some.
what? Fuck
I've
it.
read
I'm
some.
changing my answer. Xenu. I just want to fuck the god of Scientology. I just want to
my
fuck
God.
it.
Specifically-
Looking Tom Cruise in the eyes.
I was gonna say specifically in front of Tom Cruise.
Yes, yes. Eye contact maintained the entire time. This is your god.
Just so I can look him in the eye at the end and go, Christianity's better.
The evil Lord Xenu is Xenosing my fucking cock. There you go.
Oh, Zeno's licking my frenulum.
Xenu is touching my taint. God, shit. This is a great line of questioning. I'm so happy we decided to do a fucking live stream tonight. Jesus, fuck.
I was like, we need to do one. We can't just not.
Yeah, no, we can't. Oh, John
So
Travolta
where have
too.
you been,
Yeah.
Tack, you fucking bastard?
Wait, what? What was that, Emmy?
Where have you been, you bastard?
Oh, it's called working and living life.
Working.
And working.
Feel that. I feel that in my soul.
You don't have a soul. What are you talking about? You're a woman. Women don't go to heaven.
Oh my god.
To be fair, we don't go to heaven
It's a
either.
sausage fest if you haven't got it. Have fun up there.
I think it's really funny that I think that there's a general feeling, and tell me if I'm wrong, Dimi, and of course the chat as well, that people believe that I am actually sexist.
Oh,
You're a meme lord. You're not actually sexist.
you're not sexist. I think.
I think. I'm not sure. You say it enough,
He
you
memes
might
a little
be
too close to the
serious.
sun.
We do
It's
say
not that I
enough
hate
things.
women.
I just don't think they should have rights.
I just don't respect
my
them. It's not that women are bad per se. Perchance.
This is like the conversations. I'm not racist, but
I'm
But
not racist, but hey
She's so
guys, I
hard.
have a woman friend.
all right, guys, I've been given the sexist card.
I have been.
but I'm not even human, Tack.
I am not misogynistic. That requires them
Amy,
being
you
people.
keep telling me that you're a goblin, and I just refer to the piles of goblin baseboard.
Yeah. He's not wrong. Also, I mean, have you ever seen like Goblin Slayer Abridged? All I'm gonna do is just put my dick in it and go, Goblin!
Goblins.
Only in Minecraft. Wait, what's in Minecraft? What?
What are we doing in
I respect
Minecraft?
women in Minecraft? No, I don't.
He absolutely does not.
I
Because I'm
definitely don't. I am a
fucking
misogynist. I am a woman hater. I'm part of the fucking like woman hating club in Minecraft. I believe that Alex, the fucking Minecraft fucking feminazi skin, nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that woke ass
Oh my
garbage bitch
God.
shit. Fucking Steve is the only way. But not Minecraft Steve like from the movie. Fucking Jack
Yeah,
fucking Black.
Not shitty Jack Black and whatever the fuck that movie
Yeah,
is.
not Jason Momoa wearing a fucking pink tracksuit like he's a gay dude in the 80s. No, not
Dude.
that.
That movie is so bad.
I didn't see it and I'm not planning on it.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I think the worst part is you've heard, and I think both of you probably heard by now, the people that like are ruining the experience for like kids who do want to just genuinely see it. Like when Chicken
like
Jockey
filling
said,
giant bags of popcorn and throwing it around.
yeah, like they're trashing theaters. Like cops have been called. I don't think it's happening as much anymore. My
It's like,
daughter has been telling me
you
it
shouldn't
hasn't.
do that. Like if they're, it's one of those. Is like I don't think the Sonic movies are good. I'm not a Sonic fan, but I absolutely have gone with people to take children to them and gone like, yeah, no, I can enjoy this for a really dumb, I turned my brain off movie. And I think
that's what
most likely is
said.
the same. And I'm gonna say it's most likely the same thing for the Minecraft movie. It's like, go turn your fucking brain off.
Yeah.
And if the kids enjoy it, the kids enjoy it type thing.
That's the thing. Is like I watched the Mario movie, and that was like a turn your brain off. Okay, cool. It's enjoyable enough.
Yeah.
But like that's not like there's like, oh my god,
movie.
it's awe-inspiring. It's like, no, it's just a fucking.
This is not
animated-
supposed to inspire you. This is just supposed to be a cutesy little kid thing where you can just.
The problem is that
they
the
didn't
meme
make a
words-
they didn't make a cutesy kids movie, and it was just, it's terrible. I put it on par with the new Jumanji movies, which I wish to be set on fire.
Okay, that I agree with wholeheartedly. By the way, Nighthawk, I have not, and I'm going to tell you all this because Dimi and I had this conversation actually on the way when I was driving home from dinner with my wife tonight. I have not watched Unsub in a while. I haven't had time. I am so far behind. I apologize to all the Unsub guys. I love them dearly. I hope they know that, especially Eli. But I haven't had the time to watch it. Now, I did hear about it from Dimi.
Yeah. Hi, guys. You gotta remember, I'm a mod over there on the Pepperbox
While you
Discord.
explain this, I'm gonna pee. But
do it in mic.
okay.
No.
Just drag it with you. Make sure your XLR cable's log off.
I hate it here.
Yeah, he's been trying to drag Raiden through the mud, Eli's son, basically because Eli had brought up a YouTube channel that Raiden really likes, that does like GTA 4 and 5 car crashing things. Basically, Raiden's been saying like, oh Lord, it's been so long since you've done a video just full on being a kid that really likes something and has autism. Like, it's stuff I've seen before. Well, because Eli brought up the actual channel's name and everything, it turned into a lot of Pepperbox people going over to that guy's channel and like basically boosting him up. But there's a couple people that are already on that channel that just for some reason took this entirely the wrong way and have been like, for some reason, directing all their anger and rage at Raiden. And of course, our people go like, nah, you're not going to do that. We'll ruin your lives. And then they, for some reason, were bringing in Moist Critical saying he's going to cancel them. And if you don't think Moist Critical or Charlie is autistic, what's wrong with you? Because that dude's uber autistic, just in a very specific way. So yeah, that was a thing. And earlier I had to tell one of our friends, hey, maybe don't threaten to kill people on YouTube. Because that was a thing that was getting brought up.
Really?
Check the screenshot in general.
Is there a screenshot in general? People...
I'm getting Moist Critical to cancel you for causing this riot in Gaz's recent video.
Moist Critical is far more likely to be a guest on Unsub than take any of these little fucking losers' sides.
Like, legitimately, it would be hilarious because I just want them to go like, yeah, he's gonna do it, and then I want them to go like, so we're gonna have Moist Critical as a guest tonight.
And then Moist Critical squaring up to Unsub before GTA 6.
I want there to be 30 minutes of them just talking shit about this man in particular, who, to be honest, with what this channel is most likely another autistic kid that's like 14 years old.
Yeah, probably. But that's the thing. Remember, it's the internet, guys. Here's the thing. I exist, right? We're people. Everyone here is a person.
Lie to me.
Are you people?
Emmy's not a person, she's a woman. So, other than Emmy, we're all people. And so, as a result
Emmy's
of that...
a property.
Emmy's a piece of property.
Shut
She's
the
a
fuck
stove.
up, Emmy.
She's a vacuum. She's a dishwasher. Anyway, so... Fucking corn pig. Point being, the people on the
Dear Lord.
internet, we've grown so accustomed to like the anonymity of being behind like a screen, right? And so it gives people this false sense of vibrato, this false sense of superiority. Just remember, the internet doesn't fucking matter as much as people believe it does.
No, not even close.
Yeah. Speaking of property, I'm asking my wife to bring me a case of drinks up because I don't want to walk down some flights of stairs. Yeah. Nighthawk says, I all but begged them to let me know when they were going to bring that up to Charlie because I want to see it. Here's the thing. Charlie, I guarantee you, because they've talked about him before in a very positive way, because I like Charlie. I like Charlie for the most part. I like a lot of his stuff. I mean,
he does an entire show with Wendigoon, and you would have to be a decent person for Wendigoon to actually want to do things with you.
Yeah, so I just don't see.
Charlie's also shown up in a couple like there's a few different YouTubers I watch that do like D&D content and stuff like that. And he just randomly shows up in their content as it's just like this over autistic dude that's in their group. So I'm gonna go with he's gonna be on Raiden's side.
I think that he's either going to be on Raiden's side or he's going to just maintain his neutrality and be like, y'all are being stupid, fucking cut the shit out. It's online and it doesn't matter. Like, stop being dicks. Like, that's going to be the message, and it's going to be a general one, and it's going to be in the typical very, I'm really autistic and these are the literal reasons why. Like, it's going to be in the moist critical fucking fashion he's going to tell people.
It's just the whole fact that they're like, I'm gonna tell this guy to cancel you. Cancel what?
Yeah,
this literal child on YouTube that's showing that he loves this channel, and through that love and through his parents' love for the child, then has a massive wave of subscribers show up on this dude's channel. Even if they don't watch any of his videos, are now boosting his algorithm to make it pop up for more people because he gained, I'm going to assume, thousands of fucking subscribers off of Eli just going like, yeah, Raiden likes the channel. Entirely because people just want to boost it so Raiden has more stuff and so that dude makes more money so he can make more things that Raiden likes. Just like the stuff he was already making.
People apparently, thank you, darling. Yeah, that's not good. You need me to like do anything?
Need me to bury a body?
Well, I don't think burying a body is gonna help her with her asthma.
Oh,
it might.
No.
It might.
Is it because you take her breath away?
What, killing somebody? Well, that I know. But that has nothing to do with your asthma. That just has to do with another doctor you work with.
Are we actually going through slapping somebody in the back of the head with a shovel? Because I like this plan.
Oh. This doesn't surprise me. Can you please take them down?
Oh, Kangaroo, I was eating like the vanilla wafer cream cookies.
Go follow them.
Because they're delicious.
Anyway. My wife isn't going to murder anybody yet.
Yet.
I said yet. I left it.
Only in Minecraft. That way this doesn't count as premeditated.
Yep, in Minecraft. She also doesn't acknowledge the Alex skin.
Dear Lord.
Oh, fuck.
I've been using a Lord of the Rings Aragorn Ranger skin since since Minecraft came out.
So
I'm not surprised.
Emmy knows mine.
Is it Gay Hitler?
I know what it is.
It's Gay Hitler.
Hitler,
It actually is.
I assumed.
It's like Gay Hitler in like a man thong.
So it's straight up like South Park Gay Hitler.
It's Mr. Slave crossed with Hitler.
Isn't that just Hitler in South Park in the later episodes? Like especially the Satan episodes.
A little bit.
Isn't he supposed to be like Satan's bitch or something.
No, Saddam Hussein is Satan's lover.
That's right.
Yeah, Saddam Hussein, but he's Satan's the bottom, which is the funny part.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like just Mr. Slave, but Hitler mustache. I thought it was funny. I don't know why.
Makes sense to me.
Ooh, I got a burp. Excuse me. But
You dirty whore.
I am a whore. It's okay. You were right. More drink. So now let's actually talk about a serious topic. Everybody, ready? Drum roll, please. Serious. Can you guys hear the drums?
Jack's pregnant.
How did you know?
You see, we got paid $50 earlier for a man baby.
No, that's true. That is true. And Bird has now gotten me pregnant for $50. You can get me pregnant too.
You cheap whore.
Fucking today, this entire stream is just chilling for fucking random fucking meme money, which is hilarious.
And you too for $39.99.
Can get Emmy pregnant with a virtual baby.
Kill my motherfucking self.
On
In
Minecraft.
this economy?
But no, so you guys heard about what happened at Florida State?
I have not.
You haven't. So there were
remember, I'm not on
apparently
Twitter.
2 people who went on a mass pew pew.
Oh, really?
Why am I not
now,
surprised?
when I say mass, I think it was more. It was. How do I explain this? You know what? We're gonna ask Grok to sum it up. Hey, Grok, sum up the Florida State shooting.
Those damn Schusters.
So yeah, it's essentially. It says you're signed in. Okay, fuck off. Not now, you asshole. Anyway, so okay, we've got it here. Okay, so it was Florida State University. Okay, so I was right on that. Apparently, I thought that it was 2 different people. Wait, hold on. Thought there were.
Like, I've been busy working or doing other things, so I haven't looked at the news at all.
I have not been super abreast on this, but once again, it's calling for gun control, of course, because that's the MO that all of this drums up.
Every single time.
Regardless, right? Now, one thing that I
Now
do find really
I just want
interesting
to point
is
out
Trump's
the
response.
I just want to point out the 2018 Nick Freitas speech that he did that shut the Dims up. I don't know if you've. Because he was on an unsub, he brought it up, and I went and looked it up, and it is a 7-minute speech that is like perfection.
Oh, probably he's very well spoken. I follow his TikTok.
Yeah, so like I'll send it to you after we're done here so you can watch it, but it is 7 minutes of perfection.
But what I will say is this. Okay, so initial reports said that there were 2 people shooting, but it was only 1. So,
okay.
He did sadly end 2 people's on a live 2 people and injured 6 others, used a handgun, which was formerly his stepmother's service weapon. His stepmother was a police officer. And had a shotgun and an AR-15 style rifle, according this is, the
fuck is an AR-15 style rifle?
No one taken out though was a student.
Okay, who did he go after?
I believe teachers. I believe professors at the so essentially they're claiming the member of the sheriff's youth advisory council reportedly held white supremacist and far right views, because of course I bet you that he was also on the Fed's radar, leading to his removal from a political club. So the right-wing people said, ew, fuck off, because we don't like those people. Weird, huh? So memes aside, we really don't give a fuck. As long as you're a chill dude or person. You can't be a woman, though.
It's like people that talk about racism in the South. I'm just like, yeah, in the cities.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen so much more racism in like New Jersey or New York than I ever did down south. It's insane.
Yeah, and people refuse to believe me for some reason. It's like, no, go to any large city, and that's where you're gonna find it.
Yeah, so it says no motive has been confirmed, no known connection between him and the victims. So apparently, like, the guy just fucking went off his rocker. But once again,
like,
it's igniting
literally
the whole
has
gun control argument.
Has nothing to do with politics. Has nothing to do with anything else. It is entirely based off of the fact that that mental health in the U.S. is a laughing stock.
Dog
shit.
shit. Well,
And
they're almost
most
all,
likely.
How many of the Schusters have been on like psychotropic medications? It's like almost all of them, right?
Almost every single one of them. That, or they were people that have been removed from psychiatric care by their own wants or their parents' wants, even though they needed more help. Or even further, they were put on watch lists for needing psychiatric help and nobody actually went to them.
Yeah.
Which, like, there's been more than a few of those, because if I remember correctly, the Columbine ones were like, no, they were absolutely noted as like they need help. And the school was even like, hey, these kids need help. We don't want them to get hurt. And then it just never happened.
36 of the most recent ones have been linked to individuals taking or withdrawing from psychotropic drugs, including antipsychotics. So, I mean, that's a fair amount. You know, that is a fair amount. So it's Voice of America says that it's been 23% of them in the US were on psychotropic medications, including antidepressants and antipsychotics, but it's higher, 36%. So it's essentially between what, 23 and 36%, I'm guessing, somewhere around there. But we'll probably never know because of the politics, sadly. Because it has to be partisan.
Yep.
It has to be partisan. But here's the thing. Okay. Once again, leading to the gun control argument, I maintain not just the teachers. Students should be able to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Period.
My big thing for students is because you're at a stage in your life where you are hormonally changing constantly, and where any slight inconvenience could cause you to do something stupid, and we've seen it with fist fights, and it didn't used to, but it's still one of those where, because kids are now raised completely different, and unless we change how parenting works, which I think we should.
Rights are not dependent on the times, though, so we can't make that argument, period.
I mean, fair, but we're going to see far more issues.
Yeah, but the way I see it, and
I'm fine with fucking, teachers and such having, don't get me wrong on that. It's me going like, I don't want students to have it for the reason of you're young and you make dumb decisions.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So then do you believe that an 18-year-old shouldn't be able to carry a weapon outside of the school? Same logic.
I mean, are we talking about college level? Because we're just talking college level. I'm fine with that. Okay, like I thought we were talking like all kids, like all schools across the board. And
I think we should go back to high schools. Having shooting clubs. You should be able to bring your shotgun to school. Fucking keep it on your truck rack, whatever. You know.
Yeah, it has to be contained in some manner. But yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I sent you that video, and it.
What, the Nick Freitas one?
We could probably throw it on here if you want. Like it is
I
entirely.
House forwarded delegates, Nick Freitas.
I don't know if it'll be copywritten or not.
That's my only concern.
Because it is something that came directly from essentially a hearing that was part of our politics, so it should be for use.
It should be fair use. I would have to everybody give me a moment. Because what I'll have to do is I'll have to can you, Dimi?
Yeah.
Can you? Actually, no, I can do it. I can do it. Haha.
I was like, what are we doing here?
I'm just being a goob.
Because if you're wanting me to like just pull it up on another screen and share video.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this.
Oh Lord, he's gonna do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing a thing, everybody. Better watch out. You better not cry. You better have sex
You
with
better bite the
somebody.
pillow because he's going in dry.
Yeah, better bite the pillow.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is just coming really hard. Coming all over town, getting everybody pregnant, making sure that that town thrives, right, Emmy?
I mean, it's not even a good show.
Is Emmy still here?
Yeah, she muted herself.
Oh, okay, she's probably having sex with herself.
I'm working on my shit for school while we.
Ew.
Did you eat?
Only gays go to school.
Fucking, I will beat the fuck out of you.
No, wait.
How dare I try and better myself as a woman? My God.
Wait. First off.
Emmy, have you eaten yet?
I'm nibbling on some food while I do shit.
I don't believe that schooling betters yourself necessarily.
No, it just makes it so that you have better access to jobs because they demand you have the schooling.
It depends on what you're going for, though. It really depends on what you're going for. Because there's so many useless fucking degrees that will not get you a job anyway. Like, my favorite one is gender studies, which literally just means that you get to work at fucking Subway.
Well, the thing is you can have that degree and have a good paying job. It's just they're looking for jobs that specifically use that degree, where there are a lot of jobs out there that are just looking for you to have that piece of paper, and they don't care what's on it.
Yeah.
They want you to have that associates, that bachelor's, that
you have
masters.
to have this piece of paper or else we can't hire you. Fuck off.
It absolutely doesn't have to have anything to do with the job for about 80% of these applications. They just want the piece of paper.
That's so dumb.
Floor?
Alrighty, I've got it. Are we all ready, everybody? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fucking, I guess, I'll just add another fucking capture and we'll just pick out that screen. Sounds good?
It's like I could have just shared it on Discord.
Yeah, but it's right here.
Through.
So, over the last several days, Mr. Speaker, there's been a lot of discussion about an open and honest debate with respect to school shootings, gun violence, gun control, etc. And an open and honest debate, as I understand it, is one that would rely on data, facts, evidence, analysis, reason, logic, etc., etc. And I'm certainly willing to have that debate. I think if we were going to look seriously at school shootings and gun control, we would analyze things like why do all mass shootings seem to take place in gun-free zones?
Well, he's an intelligent
Wouldn't it be reasonable to test whether or not the efficacy of gun-free zones have actually achieved what their intended intent is?
Motherfuckers, without saying hey,
We'd start to look at most of these shooters come from broken homes. What sort of government policies have actually encouraged broken homes? You can look at left-leaning think tanks like the Brookings Institute that will actually say that some of it can be attributed to various cultural changes that happened in the 60s, to include the abortion industry. You can look at more conservative-leaning organizations that will say that the welfare state contributed significantly to dismantling the family as families became more and more dependent upon the government than they were mothers and fathers in the home raising children.
That's not his.
We can look at various status with
that's my man.
Those areas within the United States and around the world that have strict gun control measures and what their crime rates look like, whether it's Chicago, New York City, Washington, D.C., and others that have incredibly strict gun laws, and yet for some reason it hasn't seemed to stop the gun violence in those particular areas. We can look at the analysis out of 538, which is considered more of a left-of-center data analysis think tank, where you had several analysts now confirm through the data that they were looking at, not just in the United States, but in Canada, Great Britain, and Australia, that they were shocked that the data did not support what they thought gun control measures would actually achieve. We can look at the number of cases within the United States where a gun has been used for self-defense. Estimates range everywhere from 100,000 uses to close to 1 million uses within the United States. Now, some organizations and some reporters only want to report on the ones where a gun was used and it actually resulted in the death or maiming of the perpetrator. But if you look at the ones where the gun was used and the mere presence of the firearm actually dissuaded a criminal from committing an act of violence, an act of rape, an act of murder, the number
like the amount of times that you will see videos, and I think we've all probably seen them, where like the fucking person just pulls their gun out, right? And then holds the person there until the cops arrive.
Yeah, because a lot of times the crime is entirely cowardly based, and as soon as they have any aggression back towards them or anything that can stop them, they don't know what to do.
Well, not just that. My big thing, and I've kind of always said this, the reason, because my policy has always been that there should be vending machines with guns in them. And people essentially go, but what about the bad people who will get them inevitably? Which, mind you, they inevitably get them anyway. They're going to get them no matter what amount of...
That is my argument right there, is they're going to get them anyway. So what you're doing is making it more difficult for those that are law-abiding to actually hold them and be able to use them to protect themselves and those also, that they love
let me ask
from
you
those
this.
that are going to do it.
Do you believe, and Emmy, feel free to jump in, because I think Emmy is a little more, not so much of a gun person as you and I. Do you believe that there are more good people or bad people in society?
That is a heavy question.
It's a heavy question, but at the same time, it's a very easy one statistically to answer. Because if there were more bad people in society, then crime would be so pervasive that you couldn't live life. There are far more good people.
I think the answer is there are more neutral good people out there than there are of either good or bad.
But
those
they're
that
not
are just
committing
going through
crimes.
the day, etc. But like, if you drop something, they'll hand it to you, etc. Like, they're not committing crimes, and I'm not even saying like they're living, you know, pointless lives. There's just more people that are just trying to survive than there are of anything else.
Okay, but that's still, they're not criminals.
The loud side that we see are the criminals, and that's
you're
I'm gonna be
overthinking
honest.
the question. You are far over. There are more good people, because those people, the ones that you just named, are the good people, the ones that just live their lives and fucking go about their things. Now, let me ask you this: if every single fucking one of them, including all the bad people, had a gun, how long do you think the bad ones would exist?
Like, how much do I have to pay for this?
Well, first off, they wouldn't exist for more than fucking 25 minutes before they fuck up, or most of them would self-correct.
You just described that I'm allowed to, you know, get rid of the bad ones.
Yes, society would naturally get rid of the bad ones, is my fucking point.
Much like the free market, it would correct itself in time if the government would stop stepping in.
Yes, the regulatory bodies that seek to fucking restrict access, all they do is ensure that those people survive longer. That's all they do.
Because, I mean, honestly, think about like the 40s, 50s, 60s, etc. Like, that before we had a lot of these regulatory bodies that were being thrust upon us. Think about the crime rates at those points in time, because a lot of them were like outside of your this is Al Capone and all this, like outside of that type of BS.
Well, Al Capone only existed because of government regulation.
Al Capone literally worked for the government at multiple points in time.
That too.
And the only reason they arrested him was for taxes. I'm not saying good people, but still just going.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it is entirely like it would self-correct. We were actively getting rid of people that were doing bad things. Yeah. I mean, go back to the records that we have of around the era of like the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, etc. Multiple times of their records are just going, yeah, and so this guy was doing bad shit, and so the entire town got together and beat the ever-loving fuck out of him and hung him from a tree.
Pretty much. But that's the thing is, so there's a point, society is a self-correcting thing. The free market is a relatively self-correcting thing. And there's a point where, yes, you have to have some sort of regulation, right? There is a point of the economy where you need a point of regulation.
It's like there should be laws that just go like, hey, don't just straight up murder people.
Yes.
I understand this. They did something first that actually go like, nah, they did this. Yeah. I feel like there should be no charge.
That's the thing is like, okay, so there's a point of regulation. But the problem is that we live in a society of overregulation where we're regulating for the sake of regulating, so then the busybodies can seem busy, right? Like they're doing something, when in fact they're just fucking the world up. So what we need is you need the regulation to be what you just said. Oh, this happened? Oh, okay. They were doing what? Oh, okay, cool. Under XYZ circumstances, it is perfectly legal to remove them from society. You know, like, okay. Regulation, self-regulation within the confines of this. And that's what we used to do. We used to have like bounty hunters, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying we
which
need to
I
return
believe-
to that. I'm not saying no.
No, I'm very much
We
like
need to bring dueling back.
we need to bring dueling back to the death. I'm fine with this. Because you would have a lot less shit talkers. You'd have people that would go like, all right, I said this thing, and you slap them in the face going, all right, we duel at dawn. They go, wait, I'd rather just say I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
We would bring back the age of honor.
well, there needs to be the age of honor, but you also right now we have a huge
We need to
issue.
we need to bring back the legality of punching somebody in the face when they say some dumb shit.
That too. Bullying needs to, the zero tolerance bullying policies need to go away. 100%.
Yeah, because
as
I'm
somebody
be
who was
honest,
bullied.
it 100% of the time it only helps the bully.
Yeah. Punishing the other person for defending themselves or stopping them from defending themselves out of fear of repercussion. Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
No. We allow bullying to take place, not because we want bullies. It's because we want people with thicker skin, and we also want people to be able to go, all right, you've said some shit or you hurt me. I'm now going to break your kneecaps.
Yep. Oh, you have escalated this to physical violence. I shall now respond in kind. You know, and it's like the fucking motherly bullshit where fucking women have told their children for I can't even tell you how long now. Violence doesn't solve anything. Violence is never the answer. No, violence is the answer a lot of the fucking time. A lot of the time. But typically it's reciprocal violence.
It's also violence isn't the answer. Is the ability for somebody to look at you and know that you will return violence in
Yes.
kind to a proportional amount to
Reciprocal.
whatever the incident is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what stops things. When people go like, oh, they don't have anything to defend themselves, or they have a mindset where they won't, that's when you get taken advantage of. That's when you get hurt. When they look at you and go like, this man might in fact, like if I point a gun at them, just laugh and pull out theirs and go like, which one can pull the trigger faster? That's when things stop. I think it's 80% of the time.
Yeah, the real big thing is that a lot of people don't want to risk crime, first off, when they are pretty aware that they'll be met with violence.
It's all these people that have been lied to by their media and government.
Oh, 100%.
And so they buy into all this stuff that they've been spoon-fed for years without any outside influence that actually makes sense or that hasn't been constantly denied by those around them in the echo chamber. Looking at you, California, and almost every college in the U.S.
See, but my big thing also is that society has, for some reason, we've lost this, that children especially no longer have it in their mind that life is precious, right? Yeah. We no longer teach that life is precious. Actually, I think that the schools teach the opposite now. They teach that life is you're being attacked in every which way by XYZ groups. If you're a woman, the men hate you. If you're a minority of whatever, the whites hate you.
If we want to get into like some semi-political and modern or very timely topic, the kid that literally stabbed a kid at the, what was it, cross country thing? And mind you, his
GoFundMe, you just spent it on a fucking car and a new house.
Yeah, and they had over $400,000 in about $500,000 given to them, mostly by people that are just like, I'm going to be honest, straight up racist and essentially enabling terrorists, to a kid that is most definitely going to prison
and deserves to.
There was no defense. There's nothing that is able to keep him out. In fact, there's so much evidence weighed against him. I don't know how they paid for bail.
Also, the Give, Send, Go was finally taken down, to my knowledge, because the Give, Send, Go and I believe also GoFundMe both have rules prohibiting, like, if a person is accused of a violent offense, you cannot donate to their, like, fund or whatever, because they don't want to get involved in that shit.
Yeah.
But I believe that the rest of it is like, but did you see the guy representing him is also, like, a 72-time felon? Like, what the fuck? So,
like, this is one of those things where if this criminal This murderer gets away with this. It's going to be a massive shift in a lot of things politically in the US. Because he just stabbed a kid for no reason.
Yeah. And also, Mordrick says the life has potential, does not have inherent value. Life has inherent value up to a point that it doesn't. So
I
life
care
has
that
value.
you're alive. I do not care what you do with your life, but the moment that it interrupts my own or those that I care about, that's the moment your life becomes negligible.
So, yes. So life is essentially, life has inherent value based on just the sheer value of a human being's ability to exist and their right to exist, because otherwise you are saying that you do not believe in inherent rights. And so the inherent right of existence alone, you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life being first and foremost. So you have that right because life is inherently valuable. Up until you do something that negates that. So the moment you kill somebody, your life no longer has value in society.
Well, it's the thing. You can use the same words, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The moment that your life infringes upon somebody else's
rights,
life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness, and I'm not talking about this triggered me level, which, don't get me wrong, there are actual triggers in real life, but that's outside of like what people use that fucking term for. And
and also they still just the cure
it's
for them is
the
removal from a situation.
Yeah, and it's the moment that you have done something that's outside of like, oh, I just don't like that, and it's like, oh, you're actively hurting somebody, you're actively going out of your way to be hostile in some manner, to another individual or individuals.
Yeah,
that's when the value turns into no. That's when it turns into we're either putting you in prison or we are getting rid of you because you are doing something that harms the whole and not just you. If you're out there doing drugs and only hurting you, like you're just locked in a room, but you pay your rent on time, I don't care. I don't care what you do.
I kind of agree with that. And like, so like, for instance, going to the whole triggering thing, we have made a bunch of jokes at the expense of women's tonight. And I'm sure many of you have heard them. Because
what?
You know,
they're women. It doesn't matter.
Women aren't people. We've said that they're property, that they're dishwashers. You know, that Emmy's only value in life is to serve a man because we think it's funny. And also because she gets really defensive and it's hilarious because she says, I hate it here. Now,
every time it's the only answer she gives.
Now,
she also says she'll hurt us.
That is true. There are people out there that would take all of those jokes that we have said as an act of violence. There are people who actually believe that words are violence like that, right? Words are not violence. The only time that words are violence is when you use words to convey that you will inflict violence upon others.
Well,
right?
that's fine. I smacked a motherfucker with a dictionary.
Right. So, but that's the only time. Now, that's not what we're talking about. That doesn't infringe on anybody's actual rights. Emmy, have I stopped you from existing? You're here. Unmute.
Shut up. No, you have not.
Do you still, let me just ask you this. Do you still exist as a woman?
Oh, absolutely.
Even though I said that you're property?
Wow, imagine.
Wait, so what you're saying is me saying something didn't just magically make it so?
No.
It's almost like self-determination's a fucking thing, right?
Legit.
Thank you.
I mean, if we were able to just say things and have it happen, a happy wife and family, a happy wife and family, $1 billion, $1 trillion.
Sydney Sweeney slobbing on my knob right now. Holy shit, it's happening. Guys, I'll be back.
The perfect roast.
Wagyu cows that just replicate daily.
Active magic.
Yes. Ooh, actually, that'd be a fucking baller one.
I want a game system to take over the world. That way I can then look at the fucking system information and find out what the fuck is wrong with me.
I want to be Game Shark. Somebody needs to make that an anime. Can somebody please come up with an anime title that has to do with like the world turned into a video game, but then God made me a game shark. So I got like level 99 abilities at level 1. It's a great title for an anime.
First of all, that exists already. I'll send it to you later.
Please do.
Because I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's literally like a dude is a programmer for a game.
No, Death March. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Death March.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
When it's like he's a programmer for the game and he gets sucked in while using the administrator fucking access. And so he just gets, so he's max level everything, has all the perk points for whatever he wants.
No, see that is making it too cool. No, I want him to have to literally shove his dick inside of a game shark, blow on it a couple times because it didn't work, and then fucking do it again, and then he gets to fucking have all the guns in Turok.
Wait, we have the one German in chat that's going, okay, so call me uncultured or whatever, but who is Dimi and should I arm myself?
Yes, that's a Dimi.
What?
Should you arm yourself? Always.
Always.
Yeah, literally always.
Dimi's just some dude.
Yeah, Dimi's just this weird fucking dude. We found him one time. He was trying to have sex with the homeless population in Chicago. We found him cuddling up next to a bearded man.
Don't know. No. I was slowly eating the entire works of Shakespeare with mustard.
Yeah. He
like
was
a white
licking
woman
every
finding a
book by Michael
possum in the
Crichton.
wild. We adopted him.
He was licking the pages of Michael Crichton going, Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs. My favorite one's the Dilophosaurus.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. The mitochondria is the
Encyclopedia Britannica up his butt. He was learning rectally.
I used to have an entire leather-bound version of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
I still have them somewhere.
They were actually in this room, and then my father let kittens be raised in this room before, like, he redid it all. And so all of my books that were on the bottom shelves of my bookshelves were ruined. Because they were just kind of shitting and pissing on them.
Question really quick.
Turok
is on the Switch? Did they bring Turok back?
What?
Bloodmutt says he's got Turok on the Switch.
I don't even know what Turok is off the top of my head.
Turok is one of the greatest games of all time from the N64. I had it on the N64. Where you shooting dinosaurs and shit with like fucking like space guns. Shit was awesome.
To be honest, I probably need to see it.
Yeah,
the name isn't familiar
was
to me.
great. Turok was fantastic.
To the interwebs.
To the interwebs. Highly recommend Turok though for everybody.
Why are you playing in fucking picture mode? Fuck you.
I don't know. Why is it playing in picture mode?
I don't know.
Nintendo. I don't use Nintendo Online. I don't give any of these gaming companies a fucking cent to use an online store.
Yeah, I know this game. It's just like the name alone, I was like, I don't know this.
I'm a PC gamer, all right, y'all. I don't fucking do that. I have Steam.
Yeah, where I pay like less than a tenth the price you guys do for games.
Yeah, console gaming is nonsense.
That is including the price I paid for this entire system that I built.
I need to build a new computer.
I
really do. I didn't know that they brought it back. I played it, as I said. I played Turok on the N64.
You really need to go to like, say, Zydak or something like that and just...
I am not fucking ready to fork out that kind of money.
Do it, Tac.
I don't want to.
Go prostitute yourself as a roof cleaner.
Yes, I will clean your roof in the nude.
I'll clean your gutters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a clog. I'll snake it out. Yeah. I'll pressure wash your insides. Yeah.
Need me to wash off your roof, baby?
Yeah. I mean, you know, they say
detailing's extra.
Like Jesus fuck.
You should really talk to a doctor about that.
You know what else smells like ammonia?
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
No.
Does this rag smell like chloroform? Stop crying. It's only my basement. Oh, fucking
You're
God.
fine. You'll get used to the cold floor soon.
Stop crying. It gets me chubbier.
If you're good, I'll bring you a dog bed.
If you're good, you get a shirt. It's a t-shirt. I'll buy you a t-shirt. It just has your face crying on it.
Blankets are for good pets.
I got fucked in this t-shirt, and all I got was another t-shirt.
I had sex in the dirty basement, and all I got were these tear stains.
Oh, beautiful t-shirt. If you guys want that to be a shirt, let us know. I got sexually assaulted by Tack, and all I got was this fucking t-shirt.
I have a random corner of the t-shirt that looks like it's stained. It goes, here's the evidence.
It's a black shirt, white stain.
Still a white shirt. It's just gray stain in the corner.
Oh God, is that slightly faded? We turn the opacity down so everybody assumes it's a real stain.
It's one of those, like, you have to make sure it's actually like a screen print type shirt so that it will feel semi-crusty too.
The German says, a shirt master has blessed me today. Wait, do you guys, question. Okay, for everybody here knows what Harry Potter is, right?
Yeah. Do you have sex with the socks on or off?
So fun fact, if a girl has socks on, I don't know if it's the same for men, but if a woman has socks on, she will actually orgasm harder.
So by her thigh highs, got it.
Actually, you're not. Yeah, no, it's keeping the feet warm for some reason intensifies orgasm. But my question is, so now we know that Harry gave Dobby a sock, right?
What's it, the cum sock?
Would it still count?
That Harry gave him a sock?
No. If you just like jacked it and gave an elf a sock, like the cum sock, would the elf still be free? Or would it just now be like?
I think it falls under the same thing. Like you've given him clothing, but
you're not using it. So my thing is,
I've never
titles.
Understood that particular one because like. In the later books, this is a Harry Potter right here. In the later books, you had fucking house elves that were wearing like butler clothing and shit like that.
So not only that, but also
Harry Potter, wonderful for the age, but it's full of way too many holes, and people keep it to like a golden standard, even though it makes no sense.
We are giving power to the title of the thing, right? So, who defines what clothes are? In sorcery and magic. Right? Who defined what clothes are? Now, does that mean that we have to treat it like an article of clothing for it to count? Does that sock have to have been worn on the foot, or can I have put my penis in it? Does it still count? Would Dobby still be free, or would Dobby just be sad and covered in cum? I need to know.
Like, if you just gave him a used G-string, does it count? Like a jock strap?
Like okay, but like did I use it as a as an actual article of clothing?
I mean, does the strap-on count as clothing?
Ooh, an accessory.
Dimi, no.
Okay, we're tweeting it out. Everybody go vote on my X profile. Okay, does a strap-on count as clothing?
Therefore, can I not give it to my house elf?
Does a strap-on count as clothing? It does clothing. Okay, everybody vote. And then we'll do the, so, because if people, yes, no. Okay, so everybody vote on my X. Okay, if a strap-on does count as clothing, does giving it to a house elf, we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to find that out. You wear a condom, but that doesn't make it clothing, or does it?
Also, to answer your early question about the whole butler's outfit shits, I think it's a article of human clothing is the issue, because it's like for house elves specifically. That they're wearing.
I mean, that's not brought it, and this is me going off of like 10-year plus knowledge.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've read the books.
Since I read them as well.
But it wasn't even just clothing. It was entirely based off of like them legitimately getting a gift freely given, and that's
Hermione
what gives them freedom.
Like later through the stories, arranged it so then a bunch of house elves had been given clothing, and it wasn't necessarily from their master. So my assumption from the initial was that it had to be given from the master, but I believe that it's just an article of clothing.
This is me just going back to this, the holes that are in fucking J.K. Rowling's books.
Yeah, but also, didn't she write them when she was homeless?
I don't.
Or was she just like very
so?
like? I could have sworn she was homeless. I could have sworn that she
No,
was like
right after her divorce. It was after her divorce.
Oh, maybe that was
divorce.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Harry Potter series, and like it came out at the perfect time. It revitalized the entirety of the young adult genre. Like, legitimately, the young adult genre had been forced out. It also got people back into the fantasy genre, and it got people back into essentially the mainstay of, yes, you're allowed to exist in another world. You're allowed to enjoy things that are fantastical, magical. Not everything has to be grim reality and drama. And so, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Harry Potter series. I love what it stands for. I love the entire scenery. To quote Brendan Lee Mulligan, Harry Potter isn't just castles and, you know, magic, and it's also dun da 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 da. Like, it is the atmosphere.
Yeah,
it is, and I'm gonna be honest, the movies, even with what they cut out of them, did it perfectly. Like, it got you encapsulated. It brought you into this world of magic and whimsy.
You want to know
especially
the best part about the movies? Best part about the movies, and it's here's the thing: if anybody says, "Oh, spoilers," fuck you. They've been out for like 20 years. So fucking eat shit.
Yeah. The first one I think came out in like '99.
It's like genuinely like fuck you if you haven't seen it by now. Do you remember when Dolores Umbridge finally got a rat from Dumbledore's army, right? And my favorite part is that they did blame the Asian, Cho Chang, in the movies, when in reality it was her friend in the books. Yeah. And also, they had sneak written across their fucking forehead if they lied, because Hermione actually cursed it, and they would be cursed for like a very long time as a betrayer.
Like legit disfigured somebody's face.
Yeah, disfigured them and then wrote sneak on their fucking forehead. And they totally numbed that out and just said, nope, it's the fucking Asian girl that fucking Harry likes. It's like the movie was just like, this bitch over here. And I'm just like, I fucking love that they just did her dirty, because I never liked her as a character, and it should have been Cho. It just like, it keeps everything neat.
I mean, once again, there's so many plot holes in the Harry Potter universe, and I'm actually glad that it's no longer specifically in Rowling's hands, because she kept doing things that made no fucking sense.
How do you feel about Black Snape?
I don't care. I don't like Snape as a character. Everybody tries to do
he's
the
an
like
incel fucking cuck. I don't care.
Yes,
Thank
actually.
You.
He was a cuck.
Worse than that, he's an incel cuck, that because he was incelled, and it's not even cuck, because he believed that he should have had Lily, even though in the book there was no relationship built other than her attempting to be friendly and getting it shot back in the face by him multiple times, and so she stopped trying to be nice to him, and therefore he went, oh, she left me, it must be James's fault. And James is just like a generally nice pretty boy. Like, yes, he had the rich kid syndrome, but he was also generally nice to everyone but Snape, who was being an asshole for no reason.
Yeah, he deserved what he got. Also, I would like
he
to
was
just
literally a
point
Nazi that went into it because he has an angry pussy hunt because he was rejected.
Yes, he's the modern incel, which is hilarious. But also, can we just marvel at the fact that in the books and the movies, Snape is bullied excessively?
Yep.
As a result, it's going to be really funny now that it's Black Snape.
This is great. also the whole thing
racist,
of like,
you assholes, you demanded it.
there are so many people that demand that he had something like, oh no, he was redeemed in the end. No, he wasn't. He hated Harry to the very last moment of the books, and the only reason he saved him was entirely because he's just like, oh, I hate them a slightly more right now, and you still have your mother's eyes, and I still have this angry aggression boner for her.
Well, the only
also,
reason...
if Harry had been female, I hate to think about how that would have been written.
Ooh, not only that,
I
but
guarantee
also...
he would have been uber rapey.
Oh yeah, but not only that. So the only reason that he didn't fucking want him dead was because of his mother's eyes, and the reason he hated him and treated him so poorly at school is because he, as he grew, consistently looked more like his father.
Yeah,
the thing he hated. So it just set off all his incel vibes super hard. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's. I mean, Mordred's bring. If you look at the writing in Harry Potter, Harry is no good male role models. The closest he has is Sirius, who was PTSD as fuck and broken.
That's true.
He also had, so he had Remus. In the very beginning, he did have Dumbledore. I almost said Gandalf.
Yeah,
Gandalf. He had Hagrid.
Hagrid, I think, was the only decent role model, which is hilarious to say.
Yeah, because the rest of them were terrible people.
Horrible people.
Remus and Sirius weren't terrible people. Like, Sirius was a bit of an asshole, but
Sirius had PTSD. Remus actually wanted to adopt Harry, if I remember correctly. Remus and what's her name?
Tonks.
Yeah, wanted to adopt Harry.
I
wouldn't want to adopt Harry. 1, he's British. 2, he's ugly. 3, he has glasses. Like, seriously, he's crippled 3 ways. Fuck that kid.
I mean, and also the thing that my only thing that I dislike the movies for, like, yes, they didn't add a bunch of pieces into it that were really good. Like Peeves, I miss the fact that they didn't add Peeves to him because he's a major part of the stories, especially once you get to the last couple books. But
I think the only way he appeared was in like the first movie and some of the
no, he didn't appear in the movies at all.
He didn't appear in the movies at all.
Like, you see him briefly, but then they just cut the rest out.
Well, that's the thing is they actually created and filmed an entire section that Peeves was going to be in, and they cut it out.
Peeves the Poltergeist does not appear in any of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, well, there was supposed to be Peeves, like he was in the original script, and they just cut him out.
His inclusion was deemed unnecessary to the plot and story progression. While scenes were filmed with actor Rick Mayall in the first movie, they were cut. So they were filmed, but they were never shown.
That's what I said. It's like he was actually supposed to be in the movie. And if I remember correctly, the scene that Emmy's trying to talk about was like the first entrance scene to the Grand Hall.
You see all the ghosts and everything.
The ghosts and the banquets and all that. Peeves is flying around.
No, Mordred, we weren't saying that Hagrid was a good role model. We were saying he was the only good role model compared to the others. It's all relative speaking.
But back to the bit I was getting to, I am upset they didn't bring Harry's personality into the movies, because in the book, Harry is a snarky and generally common sense smart individual that because he was raised by abusive fucking aunt and uncle, he has a quick humor and is able to get the fuck out of there and is able to also take the punches because he's used to being punched. But instead of the wincing side of it, he had gotten over it at that point, gone like, nah, punch me. I don't care.
Yeah, he was a snarky little fuck in the books. And the reason that he wasn't in the movies was because Daniel Radcliffe is a shitty actor.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. And so is fucking Emma Watson and fucking Rupert Grint. All 3 of them have zero fucking chops other than...
What? I wouldn't say it about Rupert. I would say Rupert was a decent actor for what he was given.
I don't know.
Because they made Ron a one-dimensional character in the movies.
I don't...
Whereas in the books, Ron is like an actual character. Hermione stays the same books and movies. She is like just this
insufferable bitch.
Angry, insufferable individual that is like one.
Did you say J.K. Rowling hates them? Somebody
like
said
literally one step away from becoming like this. I'm gonna be honest, very Third Reich-esque doctor when it comes to fucking magic. Like, I honestly, if it hadn't been for Harry and Ron, and their influence on her life, I could have seen her going like, and then Dr. Mengele, Hermione.
My big thing with Hermione is they were right about her first book, where they called her a know-it-all bitch, essentially, where they didn't want to be friends with her. And it should have stayed that way, because you know what she was? A fucking know-it-all bitch. And she's insufferable from start to finish, and she's insufferable in every movie since.
They forced her to be a decent character. They forced her to be a decent person.
And she never really was. I hate Hermione as a character. And I'm honestly glad they didn't have her entire spew thing in the fucking Goblet of Fire and Beyond, because you have this like essentially Greenpeace-esque individual and just like, I don't care about the house elves. I don't. I also, it's really funny. We're like you and I, as like such liberty-minded people in real life, we're like, don't care that they're slaves.
It's one of those things like they're sentient beings. I was like, yes. Look into it further, because if you look into the lore that you have given me, ma'am, it is entirely like they used to be essentially pukas that were leading people to their deaths, and then were entrapped by humans and wizards, and then forced into a form of slavery. And the majority of the time, they're well taken care of. It's just you have this first world white bitch just going like, they're all being treated like Dobby here. It's like, you mean Dobby, who's being raised by the essentially Hitler youth leader?
Yeah, literally. And then you see like what is it, Creature, right? Who was the black family's house elf, and he was like considered part of the family, and he was actually like just as fucking fucked up as them, but he was treated
still taken care of.
The walls.
What's that?
Little gremlin living in the walls. Literally lived in the boiler room.
Yeah, but
But like he was, for how houses were treated, was like the best it could be. It was supposed to be like an allegory towards slavery in general. And it's just like, look at the Hogwarts ones that are heavily taken care of.
Also have elves. Like this is, here's the thing.
Yes, they were widely used and thing, but like there was such a big stink about the house elves, and it's like, you literally have a dragon trapped at the bottom of fucking Gringotts Bank, which are known to be sentient magical creatures that just don't like wizards because they're constantly trying to use them.
Yep.
And this thing has been so heavily abused that it is now blinded, scared shitless, PTSD ridden, and has fucked up wings because of how much abuse it's been put through.
Yep.
Yeah. And they have so many different magical creatures.
Lives matter.
Like, I honestly wish the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them had stayed more of a, like, yes, there's a storyline, but we're going to follow all these different magic creatures, because it's expanding the universe and getting you a wonderful view of this, but also you're seeing one person's going like, I wish they were taken care of, instead of the rest of the magical world going, these are just tools for our use. And I'm going like, you know what? I am on Newt's side on this. Like, I want him to more take care of them and have them in their environments and stuff such like that.
Can I point out something?
The house elves are just assholes for most of them.
Can I point out something I just realized?
What?
So you know how right now there's the actual liberal leftist talking point that like Tolkien's work, Lord of the Rings, is only appealing to white male fantasies and blah blah blah. It's like a power structure, yada yada.
I will kill somebody.
Thank you, because you're not fucking completely fucking just like
Tolkien,
captured.
who has an allegory towards not only World War I and II, which he was around. He was in II, and I believe he was raised after one. I don't remember if he was in one. Give me.
I think could have sworn he was.
He was.
Yeah.
Was born in English-controlled India, and had a bunch of terrible things happen to him while he was there.
But I want to point something out.
And it was very much based on the Bible and the initial war.
That's also why they don't like it, is because it skews right because of the traditionalist values that the heroism, blah blah blah. But have you noticed something?
Family and love.
Have you noticed? Just hold on, bear with me. That the Tolkien books, right, and that are loved by a huge swath of people, but typically the fan base
the father of fantasy.
But typically the fan base is actually able to discuss things and has a personality outside of fantasy. Meanwhile, the Harry Potheads who think that Harry Potter is the greatest magical thing ever written. Now, here's the thing. You and I both agree. I loved it as a kid. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I still like it now.
Yeah, same.
Like, they're good movies. They're good books.
But the fucking morons that are like fucking 36, have 8 cats, fucking, they're all fat, fucking ugly little lesbians that go to fucking Disney all the time. Those fuckers.
I know where you're going. It is not the fact that they identify solely with this property, which is where you're going. Like, they can only identify themselves as the houses from Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or whatever the fuck the Fantastic Beast ones are, and they become that identity. That's not just Harry Potter. That's anything that they like can latch onto and just become mass media, and they go, "I'm this."
It's a personality trait thing. It's a cultist thing.
You look at your fucking Marvel movies, look at your Disney movies, the Disney people, etc. Like, you can also do this with kind of anything. The people that were in the military for less than 2 years, but are walking around with, still have the high and tight fade. They still have, no facial hair and the biker jacket that has, all the different things they've gotten. But when you look at it, it literally means you went there for a week. You did some service in Hurricane Katrina, like humanitarian service. Like, everything that you have just says that you were in for a bit and you didn't do anything special.
My point,
that's your entire life. Whereas the guys that were 10 plus years in, it's their entire personality was, I was in the military. But you have the guys that were like SF for 25 years. And it's like, yeah, man, I was in it once. Anyway, you want a beer?
Why is it that the Tolkien fans don't do that?
Because the people that we're talking about can't read Tolkien.
I genuinely think you're right. I do think that it's a difference in like emotional intelligence at a minimum.
Because just think about it. There's a bunch of people that say they can't watch Lord of the Rings movies, but they love The Hobbit.
Oh yeah,
and if you go and watch The Hobbit,
too long, and it's like, fuck.
Well, it's like, it's not just that. It's like they don't understand what's happening or why, and then it's too boring. And then you go watch The Hobbit, and it's like they've taken The Hobbit, which is a really good book, and was his introductory to writing to a lot of, well, for his grandkids at that point in time. Or was it his son? It was for his son. But writing for them and creating worlds, which he had been doing for years as a linguist, and he is one of the main key people that fucking deciphered Beowulf. And his translation of it, if you read it, isn't that boring slop that you got in English class. It is actually a fantastic story. Please read it.
It's really just comes down to literary intelligence, doesn't it?
Yes, and it's one of those, like, you have the Hobbit movie that's full of so much like random shit that wasn't in the books. They've taken things out of it that should be, like Tom Bombadil. I mean, phenomenal individual that you should have just pop up for a moment. And it's not even a screen time issue. It's like you had an entire set of movies here that were originally written by somebody who knew what the hell they were doing, and then you pissed them off, and so they left. And so you had to hire somebody else, which fucked it up. And then you finally went back to Peter Jackson, who went, I'm going to try to salvage what I can.
Yeah. Peter Jackson, here's the thing. Like, there's truly no such thing as perfect, right? He got as close as he fucking could.
I don't know what you're talking about. He found Aragorn.
No, he did. But I'm saying perfect doesn't exist in just any world, right? There's no such thing.
And it's also like Lord of the Rings. If we were going to have it like word for word, which I think all of us would love, it would be
18 hours.
It would be like 7 hours per book minimum.
Like some insane number.
Oh, you got to remember, like, the Fellowship of the Ring, book 1 is like this thick. The Two Towers is like this thick.
Yeah.
The Return of the King is this thick.
It's like it's insane.
Like, the entire series in total is like 1,200 pages or some shit. Like, they can't sit and read through it because the wording is too dry.
Let's see how many actual pages it is.
No, don't go by pages. Go by word count.
Okay, how many words is
in the entire trilogy of the Lord of the Rings?
Is in the entire trilogy of Lord of the Rings.
You should probably specify books.
It goes by books. It's Grok. The Fellowship of the Ring, 187,790 words. The Two Towers, 156,198 words.
Oh, that's right. Two Towers was less.
Yeah.
In total, it's 480,000.
The Return of the King. 137,115 words, excluding appendices, which add 50 to 100,000 words depending on the edition.
Yeah.
So 481,103. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's but 550 to 600,000 words if you add all the appendices. Yeah. I have to also just really quick grab something.
You're good. But yeah, you've got the issue of like so many people just they want forced drama. They want things that like, yes, I'm entirely for having things you identify with. And it's like I identified with the as a child, you identify with the hobbits. You're taking out of something that is, you know, safe and standard, and you're around your friends and family. You go on a journey. And like the Hobbit, which is there and back again. Like you're going out of this safe space and you're going to places with people that may like you, may hate you, etc. You identify with those characters, and now people can't do that. For some reason, people cannot identify with a character. They cannot latch onto a story or even just enjoy it for what it is. They have to have extreme conflicts that fall within their political views for some fucking reason. Or like they have to have schlop that's constantly coming out right now. So you have your Marvel movies that just turn to trash. Like, remember, we had a few really good Marvel movies. We'd have the original Captain America, Iron Man, even for what it was, the original Thor. Like, you've got all those. They were decent movies, and then you come out with like what happened to everything past that, where they were changing everything that existed within these comic book based ideas and stories, which is astounding to me because you literally had 15 different versions of scripts you could go with, and they went with the worst one and then still changed it. Yes, and we're going with Endgame for some reason. We're going with this entire thing. We're going with Civil War. Like, why? We don't have the rights for any of these properties, but we're still going to make it, and it's going to be bad. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, you can sit there and, like, you can have a conversation with somebody all day. You somebody bringing up Babylon 5. Yes, that is, like, one of the only sci-fi shows where people aren't sitting there arguing, whereas you bring up, you know, Star Trek, Star Wars, people are arguing for hours because they identify one thing or another. I'm a rebel, I'm an Imperial, you scum, and it's like, who cares? I'm a Jedi.
Can we not just enjoy it for what it is, you motherfucker?
That's the thing. Can we not just enjoy the thing that brings our life escapism and allows us to explore things that are not in our real world? I legitimately worked as an editor for over, I think it was like 8 years for a fantasy genre, lit RPG, literary role-playing game, where it's like you bring in, much like Sword Art Online and things of that nature, where it's like you bring in stats and things like that to the books. And you're starting to see a revitalization of the fantasy genre through these because you're watching progressive fantasy happen again, where it disappeared and turned into just romance or just sci-fi, and like you're just watching the same schlop over and over again. And finally, with people creating new stories once more, where it's like, yes, you have a game element into it or a cultivation element into it,
Yeah.
but now we're actually seeing people enjoy what they're writing and enjoy what they're reading again with complex plots that aren't the same thing every time.
By the way, while I was away, Picard, better captain. Kirk, better series. Both still fantastic. Don't care.
I mean, I would agree.
Yeah. Just my thing, but still, I enjoy both.
Oh, it's like we go to another one, Doctor Who. I fucking love Doctor Who.
See, I couldn't get into it.
But people keep latching on to the dumb shit in it instead of like the show for what it was, which was just a silly show with some decent plot lines behind it that was generally just like, let's explore this, I don't know, thing.
Yeah.
Like Rod Sterling's about to go, hey, did you see that shit? Except for we're going to make it funny. We're going to have a decent, heartwarming like ending to it usually. You might cry a little, you might hurt because the storylines did impact you. And then we get to a certain point where it's just like, well, we have to have a woman in charge. All right, well, you have the like worst one you could, and you made a terrible plot line for her. All right, so now we need a black dude. Why?
Because they're just starting to play politics with it.
Well, they didn't even pick ones that would have made sense. Like when they were talking about doing that stuff, it's like, Same thing with James Bond. It's like, do you know how badly I want a movie where Idris Elba is James Bond?
My thing is
someone that in real life has done almost everything and has been a badass the entire time at it.
I prefer him as a Bond villain. I just think he'd play it better.
Why not both?
I don't know, because certain things I do believe have been written in a specific way, and that's the way they should be.
But it's still one of those is like, well, and it's Bond, which has been established as just being the name of the person playing that, the person that's given that role. It is not. James Bond is one man. It's James Bond is whoever is given the identity of 007.
But also, I don't believe that it should be done.
Agent.
It shouldn't be done for the reasons that they were wanting it done. That's a big issue as well.
Oh, I agree with that, but it's still one of those, like, in actuality, it's just like, oh, we need to. This wasn't even part of the race thing. It's they were talking about who was going to take over after
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, who was not a good Bond. He acted fine. Don't get me wrong. He is too fucking waxed to be Bond.
He's a better Bond than, I would say, Pierce Brosnan post Goldeneye.
Okay, I would agree with you very much.
Yeah.
And these movies were actually damn decent. Like, I don't know if you watched all of them, but
I love those movies. Yeah, Skyfall's.
Yes, damn good movie, amazing soundtrack.
Oh,
and it's still one of those is like, I absolutely would still love to have him as fucking Bond.
I want Henry Cavill because he was actually up
but
against.
Also, I'm about to speak some heresy.
Yeah,
I've never seen any of the James Bond movies ever.
I mean,
okay, well, we're gonna have to change that.
All right, we're having a movie night, Emmy.
Now, wait, no, serious point though. Henry Cavill, I believe, was he against Craig or was he against Brosnan? I think it was against Craig when they were trying to.
It was against Craig.
Yeah, when they were auditioning.
It was when they were trying to revitalize the Bond movies.
I think he'd be great. First off, he's got the face for it. He's got the voice for it. He's got the demeanor. He's got the body.
I still wish they would have made a good Superman movie with him.
I fucking agree, but you know, it's DC and whoever
the
fuck
had to
owns
CGI his upper lip.
Well, that's because he was in another movie where he had a thick mustache that he was required to have, and he had signed the contract for that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So dumb.
But it was really fucking stupid, and it's also like they keep having Zack Snyder be one of the people that is proclaimed of hating most of DC be their director.
Who's the guy that they keep playing the Flash? The guy who's like a literal fucking like assaulter and like horrible human being.
I forget his name, but I know
he also is in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, he's a massive piece of shit that should be set on fire.
Like he's like a disgusting, like I've committed litanies of felonies.
Active like rapist and sex trafficker. Like sells girls. Like has multiple times been caught selling women into slavery.
What's his name? Who plays
Ezra Miller? Thank you, Mordred.
Yep, Ezra Miller crimes list. Let's see what Grok comes up with. Okay.
Also, that man gives me such uncanny valley vibes. I hate
so
it.
Freaky, right? Like
it's because he literally oozes evil.
Okay,
like not even a joke. Like something about him just oozes. I'm a piece of shit.
You ready for this? So
I am a living slime ball. Fear me.
2011 marijuana possession. Don't really give a shit about that one. Choking in Reykjavik, Iceland. Choking women.
Yep.
Pushing a woman against a dumpster to the ground and choking her violently. No formal charges. Weird. So, weird what you can get away with when you're on the right side of Hollywood's pedo ring.
Well, it's not just that. It's if you have money, you can get away with anything.
Sending threatening terroristic videos in 2022. Disorderly conduct and harassment in Hawaii. Once again, towards a woman, attacking a woman, grabbing the microphone, and then lunging at another man playing darts. Restraining order filed by that couple. Oh, no, different couple. Same time. as the dart incident. Restraining order was dropped with no further action because of course it was. I bet you they got fucking paid off. Second degree assault in Hawaii again. Like, this is, mind you, a month later.
I think that was while they were filming.
Striking at 20, another woman. It's weird. He really likes attacking women. I think it's because he likes wearing dresses and pretending to be one. It's so weird how the left proclaims that they love women, yet they love also attacking them. That whole male feminist thing really holds up. Harassment allegation in Germany. Another woman, after a 2-year casual friendship, visited her apartment unannounced. When she asked him not to smoke indoors, he became hostile, called her transphobic and a Nazi, and accused her of stealing their jacket. So no action was taken as Miller was no longer in Germany. So, protective order for Dakota Iron Eyes. This is he attacked fucking, I guess, a Native American. Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle, these are their actual names apparently, parents of 18-year-old activist Dakota Iron Eyes, obtained a temporary TRO against Miller. Violence, intimidation, and threat of violence, fear, paranoia, delusions, and drugs to manipulate their child, whom he had met when Dakota was 12 and Miller was 23. Hey guys, what do we call that?
Wood chipper fuel?
Allegations included Miller giving Dakota LSD, causing bruises, and controlling her phone and belongings. Dakota, who uses she, they pronouns, great, and goes by Gibson, okay, naming yourself after a guitar, I guess that's better than an eagle, denying allegations via Instagram, saying they were not manipulated. Sorry, but when you're fucking 12, you're manipulated. Protective order could not be served as Miller and Dakota could not be located. Chase Iron Eyes reportedly retracted the grooming accusation, saying it was based on bad information. Sure it was. Weird.
Based off of Hollywood paying them.
Probably paid off.
Yep. Harassment prevention order in 2022. This is like, dude, these are like months apart. A mother and her 12-year-old child were granted a harassment prevention order against Miller, alleging Miller showed up in their neighbor's home wearing a bulletproof vest, brandishing a firearm, and acted inappropriately by touching the child's hips.
Yep.
Felony burglary charge in Stamford, Vermont.
Yep.
Music theft. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, mental health and apology videos. I don't give a fuck. There's a point where a criminal just needs to be like cast to the wind, you know, just sorry.
Unlike that, man, I very much am for, like, I'm gonna get rid of him.
I'm with you on that as well. There's a point where actually, so my wife was at work and she brought up the fact that she owns a firearm. And somebody else at her job was like, oh, I don't believe in guns. And so I told my wife the next time that this
like
dumb
bitch.
The next time this bitch gets in trouble at work, I said, oh, I don't believe in helping you. Just see how it happens.
No, it's like, I don't believe in guns. Like it's a ghost?
Yeah, I don't fucking, they're a fucking New Jersey liberal. So it should tell you everything you need to know. But the whole thing is like, my wife says, well, it's weird how you believe that these people are a victim of their circumstance, right? But for every like one person that commits a crime because of that circumstance, how many didn't commit the crime and still lived better lives, right?
I absolutely hate the, nature and nurture fucking bullshit, because it's like, we both know people that were in the best circumstances, that had loving families, that had plenty of support, that had plenty of money, etc., had the best teachers, and they are the biggest pieces of shit in the world that's entirely based off of them. We also both know people that were raised in squalor. Their parents didn't give a fuck about them or abused the hell out of them. Like, were literally taken advantage of sexually and mentally, emotionally, and physically. Like,
fucking commit.
And are some of the nicest people that you will meet possible. Will give you the shirt off of their back if it means that you ask. And it's one of those, it's like, it's not even like a because you need it. It's just they noticed that you were having a bit of a sunburn and needed a t-shirt.
Personal agency is all that fucking matters. Saying somebody is directly a product of their environment. No, they're a product of their choices.
Yep.
And that's it. Fuck off with that other nonsense. So point being though is, you know, my wife's entire fucking argument is, you believe all that fucking nonsense. I believe that dead offenders don't reoffend.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. It's just nonsense.
I mean, once again, it goes by case basis and what's going on. Because once again, most things could be solved if we just take care of mental health in the US, but no, we can't be doing that.
Yeah.
But really, like, I think we should have a 3-strike policy. You're in there 3 times and it's not for, you know, like,
We used to.
it's not for something dumb. Like, hey man, you're called for like trespassing. It's like, this is a public park, dude.
Yeah, like it has to be like a violent act. 3-strike
I mean,
mildly violent
breaking
against property or
breaking and
person.
entering, anything above that,
Mhm.
3 strikes and you no longer get to be a person.
I agree. I'm actually, here's the thing. There are people
Like there are people like JD DeLay, don't get me wrong, he's an amazing person now. There was a time where he was a terrible person. How many people did he have to hurt to then learn to not be an asshole?
Yeah, I don't, and I don't think that you can justify building your good life on the backs of so much evil. Just, it's like, oh, okay, cool. So how many acts of good fucking cancel out all that evil, right? Like if Ezra Miller right now turned around and fucking, I don't know, became a devout Christian, decided to repent, right? How many good acts would it take?
Like giving away like every dime he has, you know, out there, you know, like building homes, like Jimmy Carter level, like just trying to be a good person. Like, I still don't think that makes up for the years of being a terrible individual.
No,
don't get me wrong. There are circumstances.
Yeah, there are. Like, I understand actually to a point the whole they were on drugs argument, right?
Yeah.
The first time, I think you get to make that argument once. I don't think you get to make it twice.
It is an addiction. It is a mental health issue. But on the same note, it was personal agency that made you take it the first time.
Yeah. Like, point being, right? They say that cigarettes are horrifically addictive, right? Horrendously addictive.
I mean, they are, and just some people have the willpower to get the fuck off of them.
But it doesn't mean that you can't not do it, and I'm living proof of that. I was like a 1-2 pack a day smoker. Here I am. I don't fucking do it anymore. One of my really best friends growing up, guess what? She used heroin. She had a real fucking tough go at life. Do you know what she does now? Not heroin. She owns a company that fucking like makes granite countertops out of recycled materials, right? Like you can, personal agency is all that fucking matters. And these people don't fucking have it. They don't have any of it. Like the fucking guy, as you brought up earlier, the guy who stabbed the fucking guy to track meet, right? Flat out admitted that he did it, right?
Literally admitted to multiple people, including the police officer.
Yep.
But that was brought up in I think it's the last kind of consensual episode. AC talked the entire case out.
Well, he did like, a whole video on it.
I didn't even see his video on it. I think that was after the kind of consensual. But it's one of those where it's like, there is nothing there that lets that kid go free. In fact, there's so much there that even though he's like, I think 16, 15, 16, he's probably going to get tried as an adult.
You should. I think that murder is one of those things you should be tried as an adult.
Yep.
Because it's like there's certain things that are like basic understood things, right? That there's essentially violations of just mankind, right? One of those is, I'm going to say sexually assaulting somebody. One of those is murder.
Murder, sex, anything that it impedes upon another person in a harmful manner.
More than a harmful, in a life-altering manner.
I can go with that, but it's still one of those, like, you walk up and start punching somebody in the face.
Yeah.
I feel like you go to prison. Grim, I'm actually gonna argue with you. Where it's like third. I do that a lot lately. Like you're saying, second felony, no restored rights. Third is life in prison. I wouldn't even do it to third life in prison. It's you are on your third strike, death row, bud.
I do believe that there's, because here's the thing. What's the recidivism rate in the United States?
It's fucking high.
I'm gonna hold on. What is the recidivism rate in the United States?
And it's also because our prisons, because of what they are massive pieces of shit.
It's 70%.
I honestly think it's higher than that, and I think it's just
no. That's within within 5 years. It's 70%.
Okay.
That's fucking insane. Within 3 years of release, about 2/3 of formerly incarcerated individuals have been rearrested. That's nuts. So
I do agree with what you said there, Graham, where it's like felons should have their rights restored for non-violence crimes after time is served. I fully agree with that, because there's a lot of people out there that made one really dumb mistake, or they were in the wrong place. No, white collar crime, absolutely. Death row.
Well, you think that somebody who commits the crime of...
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, dude, like, you think somebody fucking who, like, cons somebody out of, like, a couple grand shouldn't have their rights restored? I do. I think that you're more likely to come back from that than you are gang activity.
Death row shouldn't exist. Yes and no. I think it legitimately you should have like a 5-year period, because there's quite a few people that have been on death row that within that 5 that have been proved innocent and were put there for the wrong reason.
I think if
but most of the time it's within that 5
evidence, yeah.
You have 3 pieces of genetic evidence, or you have like, let's be completely honest, I have a video recording of you fucking doing this. No amount of AI is going to be able to change it on the multiple video recordings and eyewitness accounts.
Yeah, there's just certain points of evidence that are like irrefutable. You know,
like it's one of those, like, without a doubt, not even like we convince the fucking jury. No, I mean, like, without a doubt, we have every piece of evidence that says you did this.
Yeah. Then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Now, question. Here's an actual question, and I think this is a question for community. I think it's a question we're gonna probably end on. And I don't necessarily want everyone. I want everyone to think genuinely about this. So I think that we can all have our immediate answer, but I also want everybody to think long and hard, giggity, on what this would mean.
And the question is, how large is your butt plug, Emmy?
No, God, no. The question is do you believe that
I'll show you yours. Show me yours.
Emmy's is just a fucking what are those KitchenAid mixers? That's all her. That's her butt plugs. The KitchenAid mixer.
100%. No, I have one of those little mini KitchenAid mixers. I love shoving that up my.
That's not the question.
Turning it on the Throff setting.
Jesus fuck. Okay. The question is should we have public executions? Why or why not?
That bitch to turbo prop.
Do you guys believe in public executions? Why or why not?
Are we talking like French level, like we literally made a day of it?
No, I'm talking about we just hang them. Public hangings.
Yes.
Public,
Yes. And my argument for it is entirely for the fact of you are showing people that this crime is actually being punished. You are having it visually shown. It's no longer like it's a fame thing, because a lot of people that are criminals now, it's essentially used as almost like but they're on the news network, etc. It's no, they don't get their 15 minutes of fame. They get punished. It is an identifiable, like, this person fucked up and we're getting rid of it. No, I'm not saying hangings, because I actually don't. Outside of really violent things, I don't believe in hangings, but straight up, like, we have the public fucking shooting. You know what I mean? Like
a firing squad is
firing squad. Thank you. Firing squad, or I mean, even guillotine, something like that, where it's like immediate.
I see. My thought on it is, I think reserved for specific crimes.
Oh, it's reserved for very specific crimes, but it's one of those where I'm just like, no. And to be honest, to go a little on the white collar one that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
If you funnel billions of dollars away from people,
Yeah.
like people that actually work for
point. Yes.
like most owners of banks, yes.
Yeah. So like the Rothschilds level, sure. My thing is like, of course, here's the thing. There's degrees of everything, right? Like, let me put it this way.
We need to bring back tar and feathering.
There, like in California, technically, a boy can go to jail for fucking what's it called, SA, because he had a girlfriend that was 17. They could be like 3 months apart.
Yep.
What's it called? Statutory.
The majority of states, and I think even California, has Romeo and Juliet laws, where it's if they were dating beforehand, it follows through.
Yeah,
like,
I know they do.
When they were both underage, and then I think it's like within like a year to 2 year gap, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like if they were dating beforehand.
Yeah. But like, let's just say that like, fucking you and I started dating, and I was 18 and you were 17, and we were 3 months apart.
Yeah, both in like senior year of high school. Yeah. Like,
it's technically a crime. Like those still exist, that still exists. And I think that the context fucking does matter in certain circumstances. Yeah. But there's that, and then there's, oh, you're 23 and you're dating a 16-year-old. Or you're 23 and you're trying to Ezra Miller with like a 12-year-old or whatever. Like
it's the people that they hear the phrase like, I love high schooler girls because no matter how old I get, they always stay the same age. Like the people say that without a joking manner.
Yeah.
Those are the people that we need to get rid of.
Yes. And like my thing is like, I have like a hard limit on like what age I find, and it's like quite old. It's like it's you like maybe 28 now, I'd say, is probably the youngest.
Well, that's the whole thing, is like most often I find those younger than me, I don't want to fucking deal with them.
Same.
But I still want to be like within 5 years either way.
Yeah, mine is kind of like a 5-year gap, I think, but that's like late. Like I'm in my 30s. I'm in my mid 30s,
It's like honestly, I'm 27.
I'd probably say like 33 is probably like my.
It's like I'm 27 going on 28, and it's still one of those where it's like mid 30s. Yeah, I can see myself being with somebody who's like 35. I don't want to be with somebody that's fucking 22. That would be terrible.
Ooh, Guinea Nord brings up an interesting question. Friend's son at the time was 15, had naked pictures of his 15-year-old girlfriend, and was convicted of CP.
I think that one should be like a circumstance, like legitimately, like you are both children, like 15, 16, like that type of shit. That one should be given like the common sense side of it, going like, you're both fucking morons.
I think that it depends. Was it shared?
Yeah, that's the thing.
The moment it leaves that, CP.
Like if it's just you, nah. Like if you've shared it around, yes.
If you took it without consent,
like
yes.
for example, at the high school I used to go to, I was a freshman at the time. It was a all-girls school, and the boys' school was across campus. Mm-hmm. One of the girls was dating one of the guys, and the guy decided to group share it with all the guys in the school.
Immediately crime.
Gone. Done. You're done.
Yep.
I agree.
Because he wasn't just sharing, because the girl was 14, he was 16. He shared it with seniors who are 18.
Mm-hmm.
Game over.
Well, I don't even get it. I just think that once it leaves the confines of the consenting two individuals.
Legit.
You were given consent of just
this is for your eyes only.
By the way, I also believe the same thing for adults. I believe that if two, let's just say 25-year-olds are in a relationship.
I mean, like revenge porn type shit.
Yes.
Like, I hate that.
Yeah, exactly. I believe it's like, oh, okay, here's nudes of,
there's no consent behind it. Like, at least with in the world that we were in, standardly, the porn that you were finding online was entirely consenting. Like everybody that signed up knew what they were doing. They knew it was going to go on a website, even if it got shared around a bit. Like they got paid to do the thing they're doing, knowing it was going to be distributed in some manner to the wider masses that they had no real control of.
Yeah, and no, Grim. See, what we're saying is we're not saying that it's not that. What we're saying is that within the confines of the two individuals that are, let's just say, age of consent is 16 in the state, and they are both in a consenting sexual relationship with each other, and they're both 16, and they happen to send each other those pictures.
Yeah, and we aren't even talking about like from a parenting standpoint. We are talking from a parenting standpoint. We're talking from like a legal standpoint.
A legal standpoint.
They shouldn't go to fucking jail. They should be scolded and made fun of.
They should be scolded. They should be made an example of. But the moment that it leaves that is when jail and law, I believe, gets involved.
Yeah.
I mean, like Destiny, yes. Yeah.
But it's still one of those like, and you also need to look into the context, like, was it sent to
Age
them
of consent is
their...
not 18. It depends on state, by the way.
Yeah, there's some of them that are like 16.
Yeah.
Naturally, there's some countries where it's like 15 or 14.
I think Japan, it's like exceedingly low, but they changed it. Thank God.
They recently changed it, I think, to 15.
I think it's like 16 or 15 now, but it was like it was way.
It used to be like 11.
It was like really low.
Like it was disturbingly low.
Yeah, hold on. By the way, Pennsylvania, age of consent is not 18. It is 16.
Yep.
So there you go, right there.
And I think it was entirely 4 cases like we're talking about here. Why they did that change.
Pennsylvania has a no more than a 4-year age difference if the partner is under 18.
Yep.
I still think that's too much.
That is too much. It's yeah, 14 and 18-year-olds fucked up. Like a 2 or 3 year difference, I'm fine with that.
See, Grim, you could say that, but as somebody who was sexually active at the age of 11, and I fucking was full well of it, okay, so then what? Because of that, do I believe that all 11-year-olds are? No, I believe it's deeply personal. That's why you go by the average, and the median average says 16, because that's kind of when people start developing those urges to the fullest point, and they can do it. It's also why humans used to get married at that age.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a tough one, but within the confines of 2 people, no. But the moment that it leaves it, yes. Then it's crime. Yeah. I'm not saying they should do it. I'm saying they should be scolded and it should be deleted immediately. But it shouldn't.
Graham, I don't think you want to make the argument you're making right there, which is then 16 should be able to vote. Yeah.
What age were you able to vote at the founding of this country as a landowner?
I don't think there was an age limit.
I'm wondering. I'm actually curious about that now. This brings up interesting further questions.
Because it's one of those, like, you had people that were like fucking 14 that were on their own and had their own land. Why wouldn't they be able to fucking vote?
Because it was just based on landowners, male and landowners, correct?
Yeah.
Ratification in 1778, the voting age was not set by federal law. Voting requirements were determined by individual states, and in most states restricted voting to white male property owners who were 21. It was based on, so okay, there was a restriction of age. It was 21 or older. British common law traditions where 21 was considered the age of majority for civic responsibilities. The 26th Amendment in 1971 standardized it at 18 for all elections. But it was 2 centuries after the nation's founding, of course.
Yeah.
21 remained the norm in most states until 20th century. That's interesting.
I'm still fine with like even 16-year-olds being able to vote.
I believe that your brain develops for certain things at a different rate than other things.
Yeah.
Like, let me ask you this. Have you met super financially savvy 16-year-olds? Because I haven't.
I've met like 2 of them, and it's because of the situations they were in.
But like majority of them are not, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you meet super tech savvy 16-year-olds?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fucking time, right? Because there's a different developmental range for different things.
And it really comes down to interest.
100%. And it comes down to upbringing, interest. It comes down to a litany of fucking things that
What they've had to deal with in life, etc.
For certain things, yes. So, like, do I believe that a person who is 16 is able to make the decision to have sex with another 16-year-old? Some of them.
Yeah.
Do I believe that some of them are fucking far too stupid? Yeah. Have you ever seen 16 and Pregnant? Like, that tells us everything we need to know.
Public high school? I mean, shit.
Sadly, I've seen them. I haven't been in them.
The pull-out method is not a valid form of birth control, you dumb piece
70% effective, Emmy. No, just kidding.
70%
Hey,
oh my
Amy, my reply to that is anal's at least 90% effective.
Dimi?
Amy?
No.
Put it in her butt.
I'll spit on it first.
This is a beautiful, beautiful thing that this has turned into. Well, as have I, Grim. So that's why the argument falls apart, is because you're then arguing based on case by case, individual versus the average, and the average says that is the age that people tend to do that stuff. Sadly, as fathers, we have to contest with that. I don't like that. You don't like that, but here we are. As somebody who was very active at the age of 16 with other 16-year-olds, some 17-year-olds, those girls, whores, they liked me because I was young, as you could see, obvious jailbait. You know, so
it was the man that was fucking the teacher.
Shh. Yes, but fuck you. Anyway, point being is you know, it's gonna happen regardless. Now, can we deter it? Sure. Of course you can.
Actually, you want to know the best deterrent in the world? Parenting.
Yeah, literally. You want to know how many fucking girls I had sex with that had a great relationship with their dad?
Like one?
I think like 3. Like in my entire fucking life, dude. Like, I wish I was kidding. They all had problems with their dad. All of them.
Yeah. And
like, there's a reality is, you know, fatherless households, I think, account for the majority of these issues. So you want to be the best damn deterrent, be a good dad.
You want to be best deterrent for SA, basically any crime in existence. Be a good father. Be a good mother. Be there for your children.
Yep.
Let them grow, let them learn, but also teach them things. Teach them accountability. You have accountability as well. You can have a shitty ruling as a parent and then admit it to your kid and go, hey, that I was wrong with that. Yes, at that time I still believe this and the punishment was correct for that, but I'm wrong now. I apologize. What can we do to make it better in the future? And I'm not saying be a left-leaning parent because those are fucking dumb, but like you can be a good and strict parent. Yes. Like those are not mutually exclusive. You can be both of those things.
Also,
make sure they grow up with morals.
Nighthawk, we looked it up. So even as a landowning 16-year-old, they didn't have the ability to vote in politics. It was 21, British common law. Apparently. We looked it up. We figured it out.
Yeah. We have a nightmare brick. We looked it up.
Yes, we do. Everybody that I know has a nightmare brick, if not 2. It's a shame. I kind of miss the times when we didn't. It was good times. The before time. The long, long ago.
Yeah, but then we would have never met, Tack.
Never say never, man. Haven't you ever watched Five Goes fucking West? Or was that just... No, that was just An American Tale.
That was American Tale.
Just An American Tale. Yeah, not Five Goes West. Haven't you ever watched An American Tale with that stupid owl?
Yeah.
Never say never.
I mean, without the nightmare break, I would have never been able to tell Emmy about all the butt stuff I'm going to do to her.
That's true. Without the nightmare break, I actually wouldn't have met my wife.
Time to stop.
I wouldn't have met my wife without the nightmare break.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because for anybody who doesn't know, I met my wife online. Think I knew anybody in the Northeast? Holy shit. No. I knew nobody.
He's just up here picking cotton. which is weird because it doesn't grow well up here.
Yeah, it's really weird. Trying to make myself this hat. As you can see, I finally got the hat, guys. You know what's really funny is, do you know how long my hair is now?
No.
No. You ready?
What? We have almost the same length of hair. Well, you've got like 3 inches on me.
Almost the same length, dude? No.
No, I just have this cut. The rest of this is fucking thick and I hate it.
Yeah,
this
is insane, dude.
You gonna go back for your fucking Viking cut?
Well, that's what
Hey, look, it's Tack, the new fucking like boy band member.
Shaved on the sides again, but yeah, just remember. Hey guys, I'm like really sad. Dear diary, mood apathetic.
Please stop. Please. Please. Early 2000s me is cringy.
Wait.
I'm an emo kid, non-conforming as can be. You'd be non-conforming too if you look just like me.
Yes, I was an emo child, Demi. Shut the fuck up.
So was I.
Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby.
What's the nightmare brick? Cell phone. Cell phone is a nightmare brick.
Nightmare brick controls your life. It controls your soul. It feeds off you.
Yeah. The nightmare brick is
Didn't you know you have to wear a tinfoil hat because of the 5Gs?
Yeah, the 5G is what made Emmy's penis grow out of her clitoris.
Yeah.
It's what made Emmy make that sound. The 5G.
Oh my god.
The 5G.
What just happened?
Wait. Okay, if you guys, okay, next time, any one of us does the dirty. So don't worry, I'll let you all know. I'm going to go 5G.
I mean, it's
while
like
autistically flailing.
in 30 minutes for you.
Shh. I don't need any of your sass, Emmy.
Because it's definitely not me and it's definitely not Emmy. So it's going to be you.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. Emmy might fucking, go get her KitchenAid mixer out. Turn the thing on high, get the dough hook, make it real kinky.
Scream 5G.
Scream 5G while you come.
And with that, I think we should end it.
Everybody,
You
make
guys-
sure to let us...
Make sure
Wait, what?
Make sure to scream 5G next time you come, guys.
Everybody, the next time that you engage in coitus, scream 5G as you climax. Also,
make sure you mention Tack on Twitter when you do it too.
Yes, no, definitely do that. And make sure, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, share the show, and make sure to think long and hard about the question of whether or not you believe we should hold executions in public again in the United States. Ooh, and we will discuss it next time. Till then, love you all, and we'll see you
Later.
boy.